Good morning, happy Easter to you. It's Easter Sunday here. It's actually Easter Fun Day here at the Sewing Quarter. We've got lots lined up for you, starting off with a prize draw for you. So here's the deal. Anybody that purchases anything over the Easter weekend will go into a prize draw. We've got 4 prize draws for you. Each one gives you the chance to win over £25 of mystery material. Ooh, it will come beautifully boxed and wing its way to you. T's and C's all online, but all you just have to do is buy something. It's not a chore, is it? And then winners will be announced on Tuesday. So if you see something lovely and you just have to have it, it's a little cheeky bonus that you'll go into that prize draw. You don't have to do anything. You will automatically be entered, just so that you know. Now, coming up today, we have got for you Joy's Quick Quilt Blocks. At 9 o'clock, Spring Tote. And then at 10 o'clock, we're quilting as you go again with Joy. And then at 11 o'clock, build your stash with Natasha. Should have been Tash. You see, I love that. That's bless them. That's our marketing department, who I don't know as well as all that, and they haven't liked to just assume that they can call me Tash. That's hilarious. So yes, build your stash with Natasha. At 11. Now, oh, you've changed it. Oh, look at, oh, there we go. The magic of television all changed. What a treat. So yeah, that's what's coming up at 11 o'clock. Thank you very much, by the way, for all of your get well messages. I am far better than I was. Hopefully I won't be too hideous to watch this morning with too much coughing. Now, let's start with 100 modern quilt blocks here. We don't have too many of these, which is why I'm giving you a quick heads up on this. Okay, when I say we don't have many, we've got 5. So if you want this and it is gorgeous, then get in quick. This is 100 modern quilt blocks by Tula Pink. Oh yeah, look at this. Now the boys upstairs are going to laugh because I'm going to say it's that coffee table book, but with so much inspiration. 100 different blocks. That's going to keep you going, isn't it? The artwork is beautiful. The directions very, very easy. The illustrations simple to follow. It's absolutely stunning. Look at this. So for each single one, look at that. If you need this in your life, it's just $15.95. A little Easter treat. Maybe you're off the eggs. Maybe like me, you've been eating them since they came in the shops in January, and actually by Easter you're a bit fed up with them. Then here we go. Treat yourself to something a little bit different. Here we are. Aren't they absolutely gorgeous? It is by Tula Pink. We've had some of her beautiful fabrics on the show, and this just reflects what a talent this lady is. Absolutely gorgeous. Lots and lots of exquisite designs running all the way through here. So if you are after this, stocks are incredibly low. I don't know why stocks are. I think you've been buying beforehand or the other day or something, you know. Well, do you know what? Let us know what you're doing this Easter Sunday, what you're doing later, what you're having to eat. You're having a nice roast. Yeah. Is it too early to be thinking about dinner already? It's 8 o'clock. Yeah, well, never mind. Oh, producer Paul's having fish later. I think I'm having roast lamb. Anyone? Here we go. What are you having, producer Paul? Bulgur wheat and what? And broccoli. That old traditional Easter meal. Excellent. Anyway, if you would like your modern quilting blocks by Tula Pink, grab it. What a beautiful, beautiful book that is. LVSP07. If you've got it for inspiration, if you've got it just to thumb through because it's a really pretty book, whatever it is, maybe one day you will get to the stage where you make all 100, who knows. Now, Joy is with us this morning and we're making this. Oh yes, look at that. Now, in order to make that quilt, you need some fabrics. Now, we've used a mixture here. Generally, it's dashwood in there. And we've got a fat quarter bundle for you, which, now, this is fabric that we've seen before, but it is your paper meadows, inspired by, well, for the designer, it was inspired by her trip down to New Zealand, and she found some antique books in a stop, and she used those to create some beautiful pieces of art, which was then transferred into fabric print. So you can see on here for example, down here, you can see all the lettering. That's been inspired to come out of these antique books that she bought in New Zealand. So there's a little bit of a story for you. Yeah, there you go. So a little bit. We should have like a quilter's pub quiz. And all these things will actually come in handy. And again, you can see the text through there. Really pretty. You've got a light blue, you've got a navy blue, you've got, now what do we call this? Sort of a, well, you've got a mustard in there, and then you've got like almost a skin tony peachy colour. Really pretty in there. That bit reminds me of mountains. And you see all these colours reflected through. You're getting all of these. So you're getting 8 fat quarters from Dashwood for £19.95. This is incredible value here. Look at that. How vibrant is that? Brilliant. And then you see, so you've got some florals in there as well, but it's kind of a modern take on your florals, but using that antique book. And then you've got your spotty one. Love that. So you've got all sorts in there. And then you've got that. Now, you see, everybody has a different take on this as to whether or not that's kind of your urban bit or whatever it is, or whether it's sort of Rockford. It doesn't matter. Oh, okay. So producer Paul sees ships. However you see, whatever you see, it is a great fabric bundle. Now, Dashwood cut these up for us specially, and it's £19.95. FRAD 93 is your code to grab all of that, and it will come to you looking glorious like that. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. So, let's see the lady herself. It's Joy. How are you, Joy? You well?
Good morning. Happy Easter to you.
Happy Easter to you too.
Yes.
Thank you for coming in on your Easter.
Wow, what better way to spend Easter Sunday than talking about fabrics and quilting and,
Joy.
It is.
All round.
Wonderful, wonderful.
No pun intended. Now, we've got for you today a starter kit in terms of actual kit, haven't we? Which you've, just before we pop fabric all over it, we should just touch on.
Definitely.
Alpha, great brand.
Yes, very good, very good.
So when they bring a beginner's quilter's kit, if you are new to quilting and you don't know where to go, because it's a thing, isn't it? You're new to something, you don't know where to look. Where do I start? With a small acrylic to cut, a cutting mat to cut onto, and a rotary cutter.
Yes.
Great place to start.
All in one kit, so you've got everything you need to get you going.
And there it is, $38.95. Treat yourself, it's Easter. Yes. TQGQ60. So that's got that premium rotary cutter in there. You've got your cutting mat, and you've also got your 6.5-inch square.
That's right.
Awesome, all in the kit. Great place to start.
It is. It's a good place to start, particularly when we're going to do some of the blocks that we're doing today.
Now, where did these block ideas come from?
I don't know, really. They've been in my head for a long time. So sometimes you see things and you don't register them, and then you come to think of a block. Oh, I remember seeing something somewhere, and you just play around with them. And you recreate. Yeah, and you just play around with them and see what you come up with.
Excellent. And what did you come up with? Well, let's have a look. This is what you came up with. I was so impressed when you just whizzed this out this morning. I was like, whoa. Here we go. Look at this. 3 different blocks making up one quilt. Look at all these different colours, though. Which one are we going to start with?
We're going to start with this one at the top.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
And they're going to have a little look down the whole thing, because they're very impressed upstairs as well.
Oh, good.
Whee! And then it goes off the edge of the table. Sounds about that. That's how big it was. Oh, there we go. There it is in its full glory. So we're going to start here. Yes, producer Paul says it was so big he was on his tippy toes trying to take a photo of it. I know he had to go and get a ladder in the end.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Well, make these boys work for the money. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Nothing like a bit of acrobatics first thing in the morning.
Especially on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, it's fine. He's up for that.
Got to be worth getting out of bed for, hasn't it?
That's what we tell him. Yeah. He doesn't do this. Okay. Now, how many fat quarters did this take?
Just one complete bundle.
Wow!
One bundle and some plain fabric that I've just used to do the sashing and the borders.
We've got the plain fabric on the show. It is one of our Spectrum solids, so you could pick out any of the colours, couldn't you? Really? We've picked out 2 for you that match Do you know what? Let's show you anyway.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 to choose from. So we've got the dark blue, and then we've also got cappuccino. So this is your dark blue here. £3.25 per half metre. You can't go wrong, can you?
No.
Just brilliant. How much did you use down the sides?
I started with 1.5 metres.
Yes.
But I did get some left over.
Oh, okay.
But I wanted to get the length all in one go.
Oh, so that's why you went with the 1.5 metre to start off with. £3.25, so that would be 3 units that you'd have to pop in there. KRMY 45, or maybe you want to go for a £9.75. That's all right, isn't it? Under a tenner for all of that.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, for 1.5 metres of fabric, we like. Or we found cappuccino. So this was this morning. Joy and I were stood by our Spectrum Solid rail. Does this colour go? Does this go? Which colour? And this is what we found, which is the cappuccino. And it is. It picks out that peachy, flushy tone, doesn't it?
I love this
gorgeously.
Colour. Yeah.
So we were very happy to find this. £3.25 FVMY 95. So they were the 2 that we picked out. Now so back to Dashwood, which is the main event.
The main event
today. In this quilt.
Absolutely. Now I've done this quilt in 3 separate panels to show 3 separate blocks. But any one of these blocks you could make a whole quilt from.
Okay.
So you've got options.
Nice. We like options
here.
Now how do we start? Because this is actually the most complicated one, isn't it?
Yes. So we're going to start off by moving that so I can
She's
get
not easing us into it gently this morning.
No.
Boom!
Straight in. We'll get these as it goes along. Yeah.
I seem to say on your shows quite a lot, go big or go home.
That's right.
We're starting off big. Yeah.
Definitely. So when we break this panel down, these are the individual blocks.
It's so intricate.
That we need to make. So it looks really complex because we've got a big triangle, we've got 2 small triangles, and we've got a square that's all got to go together.
Yes.
But actually, we're going to start off with some 5-inch squares.
Okay.
So I've got 2 5-inch squares.
Yes.
I'm going to put them right sides together for cutting.
Yes.
And then all I need to do with this is cut these into 2.5-inch squares.
Oh, okay.
So because we're starting off with a 5-inch square, really easy to do, we can just line up our ruler on the 2.5-inch line. Rotary cutter, if you've not used one before, slide this to release your blade. Finger on the top to give you some stability and hold at a 45-degree angle.
Right.
Start just right on the edge here, roll it up alongside the ruler, blade away.
Yes.
Then put it down.
Yes.
And then I'm not going to move anything because I want to do 2.5 inches in the other direction so I can line it up.
Yes.
Now, rather than cutting across here and risking
my fingers.
Yes, I'm just going to turn the mat round a bit. Okay, so I'm going to turn it round and then I can cut back in the right way.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Then I can bring the mat back again to where I want. So now I've got my squares and I can join them together.
Okay.
I haven't got to move anything. They're already right sides together. I can take them straight to the machine and seam them down into a 4-patch.
Okay. Now, how do you match the colours together? Because there's so much, isn't there? You're getting 8. Yeah, it is 8 fat quarters with this Dashwood. Now, obviously, the colours all coordinate, so you can use whatever. But is there kind of a rule of thumb of using a big print with a smaller ditzy, or how does it work?
Yeah, I've just tried to mix it up to get different sort of size patterns, as you say, but more importantly, to get different colourings, get the darks and the lights, so that you've got these intermediate sort of patterns that will come out at you. Right. So it blends together, but it doesn't become a complete mush. Yeah. You get these other patterns.
Yeah, because you end up with that sort of diagonally. Yeah. Run of squares there. Yes. Lost my words today. Yeah. But then you also there's so much, isn't there, going on? You get a square, you get squares within squares, you get triangles. Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah. Love it.
And it just depends which way round you put these together as to what kind of an effect you're going to get.
Yes.
So the fun is when you've made these, you can play
Yes.
And then see what comes out.
Take a photo. Nice. That's always been the tip with lots of it. Take a photo, and it's so easy now with phones. You don't have to, send away and wait for anything. Phone, instant, snap, done, and then you know exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well done, by the way. If you're getting your Tulip Pink book, we only started with 5, so please check out your basket. If you've got it in your basket, please make sure that you've grabbed it. I think it's $15.95. It's very inexpensive, and it is a stunning book.
Okay, so then I need another 5-inch square of a completely different fabric. This is going to make these. But before I do anything with this, I need to trim this down to 4.5 inches. So if you're working from 5-inch squares, you'll trim it down. If you're cutting it deliberately, you'll cut 4.5-inch squares to start with. So again, I'm just going to take this piece off. I'm going to turn it around and do the other side.
Basically, you can see, can't you? As a starter item, this kit's got everything you need with the mat, the ruler, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
It doesn't take up too much space either.
No, because you need to keep these flat. Yeah. Always keep your mats flat. If they get warm or they get warped, they don't go back flat again. No, okay. And then they're no good for cutting. So we've got made up here our 4-patch, which was I'll just unpin that to show you. Our 4 squares, just shown together, placed on top of the 4.5-inch square that we've got there. Yes. And all I need to do now is stitch.
4.5 inches because you've taken off
the seam allowances.
Right, from cutting those smaller ones down. I'm with you, okay.
Yep. So they start off at small. Yeah, no, that's good. They start off at 2.5. We've sewn them together, so it's brought it down to 4.5. Yes. Okay. So now all I'm going to do is take this over to the machine.
So you've drawn a diagonal line.
I've drawn
straight down the centre.
Straight down the centre. Actually, if I just show you on here. When we're doing this, if you see this 45-degree angle line here, if you just line that up on the edge, as well as line up the 2 corners, you can make sure you've got it absolutely nice and straight. And then we're going over to the machine with a 1/4 inch foot on. Yes. Where's the end's gone? You've cut it, that's okay. And then I'm just going to stitch a 1/4 inch seam.
Oh yes, sorry, I was on this machine earlier. Brilliant, I love that little cutting thing that it's got on there.
Well, it stops those ends getting chobbled up as well.
Well, it's not just that, it just saves so much time.
Yeah, and thread. Yeah. So I've done one side. Right. Turn it round.
So you're stitching a 1/4 inch either side of that central line.
Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm lining up the edge of the foot or the guide, whichever you've got, on that line. That line is pretending to be the outside edge of my fabric.
And it will be.
And it will be.
In a minute, not to give too much away.
I'm going to knock that seam back under there.
And that's okay to do, because if you've got, just keep your needle down.
Just keep your needle down, and that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. I know, I've got a message from Alison. Good morning, Alison. Happy Easter to you. She's really enjoying the show, which is good to hear.
That's good. That's good.
And a message from Patricia. Good morning, Patricia. Patricia, just check out the website. Should be on there.
No, she's looking for something.
And then we'll have a little look if you've got, and then you can have a little look and see if we've got what you were after in stock. And then just give our free phone number a call, 0800 112 4433, and they will be able to help you. And it's free to call. Hurrah.
Hurrah. Okay. So now I've stitched it. I'm going to cut on the line that I drew.
On the line.
On the line that I drew. Like this.
Excellent. That's a sharp old rotary cutter.
It's brilliant. It's, when they're nice and new, they're lovely. So now when I open it out and press it, I've got my...
Nice. Nice.
And I've got another one here.
So lovely modern designs here.
Yeah. You just worth pointing out on this one, no pun intended, there's no point on the square.
Is that all right?
It's not supposed to have. It's not supposed to have on this one. So people who are thinking they're going to see a point there, they're going to be very disappointed because there's no point. There's no point to this.
Disappointed.
It's a pointless block.
Oh, that sounds so harsh.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes.
So now we can start to play with these
Ooh,
to see
how you want to put them together.
See how you want to.
Oh,
Put
interesting.
them together.
Yeah, this is what fascinates me is how it, and that's how you've done it. So with this one, it's sort of that equivalent there, isn't it? Is that right?
Yep.
Am I in the right place?
That's right. Yeah.
So this is where that blue bit is in the one that we've done.
Chevron. Now the beauty of this block is it doesn't matter what size squares you start with.
Yes.
As long as you make that allowance for that seam allowance.
So
and trim the plain one down.
So you just have to trim the plain one down 1 inch. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, 1/2 inch because you're losing 1/2 inch for the seam allowance.
What do we start out with?
5 inches.
Oh, was it 5? Sorry, I thought it was a 5.5 inch.
No, 5 inch.
Sorry, no.
So this one is starting with a 5.5 inch block, so it's exactly the same.
So then you'd cut a 5 inch.
But just bigger.
I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm with you. Lovely.
And if you can't work it out, you just make your 4 patch and measure it.
Measure it afterwards.
And then cut your square that size. Yes.
Perfect. Yes.
So that's all there is to that one.
Brilliant. So that's the first one.
Yes.
Excellent. Now that's your Dashwood Studio 8-piece fat quarter. Sounds like it's going to be, a string quartet or something. 1995 FRAD 93 for the fabric that we've been showing you this morning. I've got another book.
Oh, okay.
Love
What have we got this time?
So before we move on to Joy's second quilting block, I want to show you this. The photography in this is so exquisite.
I've not seen this one.
Oh,
No, I've not
Joy,
seen this one. No.
Right.
Let me look.
This is by a lady called Emma Jean. This is all about what to do with your fat quarter stash, basically.
Brilliant.
Look at that. So she's a former fabric shop owner from Australia. And just you wait till you see that. Ah, look at this.
Wow.
That's everyone's dream. So just the photography in it is exquisite. I love how you have, sort of down to earth. Okay, this is what it is. That's the block. That's how you make it.
Yes.
But then look at this. Oh, the landscape is gorgeous.
I want to be there.
I know, we all want to be there. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. The photography, I would get this book just for the photography, let alone the fact that it is incredibly easy to follow and inspirational. But just look at the colours, and the photography is just, So step by step, and then you get on to the next bit. I just want to look at the pictures. Yes. There are some absolute cracking photos in here. So you've got a combination of contemporary. Look at that. It's the scenery.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Oh, look, that is stunning. Look at that. Really beautiful. You can make some cracking quilts with this. Just beautiful. Step by step, showing you how to do it. Look at that. That's a sunny day quilt, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful?
Nice. Yes.
This is $15.95 as well. Treat yourself, it's Easter. There's your half moons. Oh, I like what they've done there. So they've put it on sort of nice. Yes. It's almost as if they planned it, I think.
They did?
It's a guess. It's a wild stab in the dark.
They might have planned that.
Yeah, I don't know. Look at that. If you need your inspiration for your quilts, if you just want a beautiful book, I mean, this should be, Was it actually photographed in Australia? Was it Tasmania? I can't remember. I did read somewhere. But the photography... Yeah, some of it is photographed in Tasmania. Awesome. But look at that. Why aren't we there?
Because we're here.
I know. We should do an on location.
Hey, do you think producer Paul would let us?
Well, if he could come too.
That's
not
fine.
Not if we could. Okay, where would we go? Where would we go if we could go on location? Sewing quarter on location. Where would we go? You quite like Vegas, don't you, producer Paul? Could we quilt in Vegas?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
We could quilt anywhere.
Yeah, so buy the bundle. It's inspiring us, firstly, to quilt, secondly, to go on holiday.
Yes.
And buy the bundle, $15.95, HMSP 48. That's my question to you, my Easter Sunday question to you. If you could quilt anywhere in the world, where would you quilt?
What a good question.
Oh, producer Paul's changed it to Japan. He'd like to go to Japan to quilt.
He's a bit
You
fickle.
could do like a origami type,
Yes.
couldn't you?
Yes.
Oh, he says he's not going to quilt.
Oh, he's not
But
gonna-
he'll take us there.
Oh,
It's
that's
fine.
all right then.
We'll
That's fine.
quilt.
Yeah.
He can produce.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
eat
I'm up
noodles.
for that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
perfect.
Definitely up for that.
Oh no, cappuccino, everybody, is selling like, well, hot cakes, hot cross
Buns.
hot cross buns this morning, like hot coffee. Get your cappuccino fix without the calories or the caffeine kick for $3.25. Actually, that's cheaper than a lot of coffees, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yeah, $3.25. FVMY95. Cameraman Tom admitting to already having eaten 3 hot cross buns this morning. Good work, good work. And your wife sends you in with the most beautiful homemade lunches that you've never seen. He's always the envy of the studio.
Really?
Oh yeah, no, she packages them up beautifully. They smell amazing, all home cooked. And he's had 3 hot cross buns. What happened to the 4th out of the packet? Oh, that was yesterday. Right, we're getting to the truth of the matter.
We
now,
are
aren't
today,
We?
yes.
Yeah. Now
Yes.
we have. Joy has, bless her, done us 3 amazing blocks. We've done this one. These are all out of your dashwood. We're going to look at...
The bottom one.
I knew that.
You did.
I did, because I was looking at that one thinking that's the easiest one. So we're going on to this one next.
Yes.
Now, again, a pointless block. I'm not being rude.
It is
I'm
a
not.
pointless
It is
block.
a pointless block.
Yes.
I've learnt this new term
Yeah.
because it's got no points.
That's right. And it's not
That's why.
supposed to have.
Excellent. Producer Paul thought I was being rude. I just got a bit of telling off there. Don't be rude to our guest, Natasha. No, I'm not being rude. It's beautiful quilts, but it's the squares are pointless.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So again, with this one,
Yes.
we're going to be starting very simply. Here's our block when it's made out. So it looks like a fairly typical square within a square block. That's what it's called, square within a square.
Yes.
Okay.
But look, you see, this is where I love when you can use a collection of fabrics because you've got that pink in there echoed
Yes.
beautifully in there.
Yeah.
It just all works, doesn't it?
And by using 2 really contrasting fabrics, it really helps these two to come out.
To pop.
Yes, to
Yes.
pop. So again, we're going to start with 2 squares.
How big are your squares?
Well, these ones are 5-inch again. I'm working
Okay.
all on 5 inches today, but again, you could use any size square.
Okay, doesn't matter.
No, doesn't matter.
Pick a square, any square.
Yeah.
Just make sure they're the same.
Yeah, just go through your stash, measure your fabric, see how many squares you can get out of whatever size and just go for it.
How many squares can you get out of a fat quarter?
Depends what size squares you're cutting. But if you
5 inch.
5 inches, what would you get? About 20,
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Hey, that's good.
Because you get 4 across your fat
So that's
quarter.
160 blocks out of the dashwood fat
So you're
quarter
doing
bundle.
mathematics now, aren't you?
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
That's if you go with 5 inches.
Yes.
Obviously more if you go with smaller.
It's about 99 on 2-inch squares, I think, or something like if you cut accurately. It's
Per
a lot.
99 per fat quarter. Wow.
But you
That's
don't really want to be doing it
crazy.
that tiny, but you could.
Well, you could, especially
You
if
could.
you're a paper piecer.
Yeah, or if you're doing
An
miniature
EPP.
quilts. Or miniature quilts.
Oh, that's a labour of love, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Right, sorry, we
Okay,
digress.
so we've got, again, we've got 2 fabrics,
Yes.
right sides together.
Yes.
And this time, I've drawn 2 diagonal lines.
Okay.
But we're not going to stitch on those lines. They're just a guide for us a bit later on in the process.
Okay.
Okay. So I've drawn the lines, but what I'm actually going to do is stitch all the way around the edge.
Okay.
So again, using our 1/4 inch foot.
I'm curious.
You're curious. Good. We shall have to rename you Alice,
Curious Alice.
as in Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, I had some Wonderland.
Yeah, she was curious.
Oh, right. I had Alice the Camel going around in my head, and I was thinking, all right then, fair enough. Then there's Curious George, isn't there? It's the monkey.
Yes, there's lots of curious people out there.
Yes.
And quite right too.
Yes.
That's how we learn. So I'm just going all the way around, and I'm going to do one more stitch there just to make sure it's at the edge.
Yeah. Not quite sure how this is going to work. I'm a bit worried. Are you sure you want to sew all around every edge?
I'm absolutely certain I want to go all the way around the edge. And when I'm stitching, I know when I'm getting to the corners because it's matching up with those diagonal lines that I've sewn as well.
Hey, you're loving the book, but have we had any emails in to say if you could quilt anywhere in the world, where would you quilt?
Yeah, I want to know where they want to quilt.
Director Mike, where would you quilt? On top of a mountain, in the Himalayas.
Oh, now that sounds good.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Slowly, because you get less oxygen. You wouldn't be in a rush. But then you don't have to rush.
Wouldn't need to be in a rush.
No, you don't have to rush your quilting.
Okay.
Okay, so we've still got those lines that
We've
are
still
drawn,
got those lines
we've
on
sewn
there
all the
that
way
we've
round.
drawn round.
Oh, ooh.
You're looking worried.
Are you...
Trust me, I'm a quilter.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Have you got that as a car sticker?
Not yet.
I think
it could happen.
I think it could happen. Yeah.
Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to separate these out.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
And when I've got them pulled apart, I'm just going to go in on one of these lines. These are very tiny little scissors.
Do you want some bigger ones?
Well, I've got some bigger ones there. I'm just going to cut a little sliver here.
Okay.
So I've got a little hole.
Yes.
Now I can go in and cut all the way down.
Hey, look at that. They are tiddly tiny. They are little.
They're beautiful little
snips.
scissors, but are we on a budget that we can afford bigger ones?
We've got bigger ones.
I've got some big ones here.
Go
Look.
on. You see some sublime to the
huge ones.
ridiculous
Yes.
then going in.
So just be careful that you don't snip through your stitching, okay? Then we're going to go back in and we're going to cut through on this side as well. So as long as you've got a nice sharp point on your scissors, that's all you need really.
Have you played with these rose gold ones before?
No, but I love them. I love big scissors.
When I first saw those,
Yeah.
I thought that they were going to be really bad because they're so pretty. I thought they can't be pretty and functional,
No,
but they're to the absolutely sharp to that tip. They're
very
brilliant
positive.
scissors.
Yeah,
yes.
very positive. You see, I have to hide things like that from my husband because he thinks that they're fair game for wallpaper cutting.
No.
I got home one day and found a pile of T-shirts cut up on my sewing table. And I said, what have you used to cut those? That was, I used your rotary cutter.
Oops. Fresh blade, please.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now we've got that cut, all we need to do is press this
Amazing.
open.
Yay!
And we've got our block. And just trim off your little dog ears and you're ready to go.
Awesome. Finger press or press?
I would press.
Would you like to press? Are you going to use it?
Well, you can press it if you want to, but we don't need to. It's
Okay.
finger pressed.
Yeah, we'll finger press. Let me show
Yes.
you. If you've just... Whoops, sorry. Swoosh everything everywhere. I was swooshing my fabric. I got a bit overexcited. But this is your dashwood. It is your paper meadow. It's really rather gorgeous. You've got mustards in there. You've got navies. I think what I like about this is that it can be a masculine or a feminine.
Yes.
Very much so. Yes, you're right. Do you know, producer Paul just says he can see fish now as he's looking at it. I'd always seen sort of petals and leaves, but actually, it could be fish. Here we go, we've just seen this one. But I love how you've got, look how these colours just all go.
I like this colour. That's my favourite colour.
With this sort of corally.
In this pack, that's my favourite colour.
But then you see, you've got these sort of clouds. You see, I see mountain ranges with these. Really lovely. But then you've got more florals, but kind of. This could be masculine, I think, because you've got the colours in there. So it's one of those ones that you know, if you quilt up, then your chap's not going to be too worried about having that in the house.
Some chaps like flowers.
Do they?
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm told.
My son likes daisies at the moment. It's about the only flower that he knows, but he always has to go and pick me a daisy. I had to distract him yesterday when I was mowing the lawn because I went over all the daisies. He was not happy.
Oops.
Not happy. Mummy! Sorry. Here are your spots. Classic spots.
Yes.
Now, you see, what do you see with this? I see sort of driftwood. But we had one guest that saw kind of cityscape and trains and things.
Okay, no, I go with a driftwoody, barky sort of effect. Definitely, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
So, do you know what? However you see it, however you use it, it's a fab fabric. It's from Dashwood, lovely company, good quality, 100% cotton. It's going to wash and wear a treat. 1995. Gillian's been in touch. Good morning, Gillian. Oh, she would quilt in Marco Island in southwest Florida.
Oh, that sounds good.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, I bet it's warm there.
It's her favourite place in Key West. Nice.
Good. Yes.
Very nice.
Yes. I haven't heard anywhere I don't want to go yet.
No, it's all sounding good, isn't it?
All sounding
all sounding
good.
excellent.
All sounding good.
Obviously, we're in Birmingham this morning.
Yeah. So shall I show cutting that one again?
Yes.
Because I know that's the bit that
worries me.
Yeah, that people get worried about. So stitched all the way round,
yes.
right sides together.
Yes.
So this is the important bit, is making sure you've got those completely separated out of the way. And then...
So fold it on that line.
And I'm just folding it on the line there.
Okay.
I'll do it with the little scissors again because that gives us a... So I'm just going to... You can try
You're
and...
nicking it, aren't you?
Yeah,
You're just
yeah.
nicking a tiny tiddly bit.
Yeah, if you try and poke it, it doesn't quite work. So I'm just literally just shaving off that tiny little bit there.
That's where those scissors are great, you see.
Yes. Yep. And then we can just pop our points in there.
Then get your bit. This is why these should
ones.
come as a pair. I keep saying we should sell these as a pair.
Do they not come as a pair?
No,
Oh,
but
right.
they should, because firstly they're both the rose gold colour.
Yes.
And secondly, they're really rather pretty.
So I'm just going in, making sure I'm nowhere near that bottom piece.
Uh-huh.
And you can feel...
You can feel it
you can
underneath.
feel underneath if you get it
Isabel
anywhere
says
close.
Happy Easter, by the way.
Happy Easter,
Happy
Isabel.
Easter, thank you very much. Thank you ever so much for joining us this morning. Thank you everyone that's up so early on a Sunday morning.
Especially on Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Are you eating chocolate already? Have you had any chocolate yet today?
Do you know what? I don't eat chocolate. I can't eat chocolate. I can only have a very tiny bit. It doesn't agree with me. So as a child, I always had to have something different. They used to get chocolate alternative Easter eggs, which isn't quite the same.
Oh, joy.
But it was okay because quite often you get these boxes of chocolates, you know, the beautiful pictures. So
Yes.
I always had the empty box. So I've got a bit of a thing for empty boxes.
So we ate the chocolate, so is the box.
Yes. No, that's fine. I love boxes and tins and organising things.
Okay.
That's where it all comes from, I think. Yeah,
We'll
you can't
blame-
have chocolate,
we'll
but
blame
you can
your
have an
lack
empty
of
box.
chocolate.
Yeah, lack of chocolate. I do sneak a bit in occasionally.
Well, that's all right, as long as you get a little chocolate fix.
So then I'm just going to... Now, when you're pressing these, if you press that first one out...
Yes.
And then you can just press these out as you go round. They don't all get muddled up then. When you're doing it. I'm just going to do this. Like this.
Perfect.
And then we can...
So you just go through and just snip off those dog ears.
Yep. Are they still dog ears, though? Because I like little pointy... They're not like the dog ears we normally see. They're like little triangles.
I think dogs have different shaped ears.
OK. So this is a different dog.
Different breed of dog.
Different breed of dog.
I don't know, you're the quilter, you tell me. I'm just making it up. I have no idea.
I'm with you on that one.
Those little endy snippy bits, get rid of them. There we go.
If it's fun day today, we can do what we like.
We can. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fun day Sunday.
OK. And then, obviously, if I cut one off here, shall I sew one together?
Yeah, go on then. Show us how that works. Anne's messaging. Good morning, Anne.
Good morning.
She would quilt in Glencoe in Scotland.
Oh,
she says it's very beautiful and inspiring. Ooh.
Yeah, and the air is very clear up there, isn't it?
Nice.
So that will be good.
Nice. Hey, do you know what? I bet you, because you know we were saying, well, I was saying this sort of reminds me of a rocky outcrop.
Yes.
I bet you'd have a bit of that in Scotland, wouldn't you?
Yes, yes. Is it rocky outcrops in the sea?
Yes. Eileen said the Galapagos.
The Galapagos.
Have you seen that series?
I've seen bits of it, yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can watch that after.
We're getting all unnecessary about holidays now, aren't we? Really?
I know. It's the book's fault.
It is.
It's this book's. I'd like to blame the book. Would you like to show me how you're going to sew that?
Yeah.
And then sew it, and then I'll show the book.
Okay. All I've done is place the two together.
Yes.
And then we're just going to pop under here with our 1/4 inch foot again and stitch it down.
And she's off.
And I'm off.
That's brilliant. Easy. And that's why it's pointless.
That's right.
Because you've just sewn over that point.
I have.
I'm not being rude. I'm not being rude.
That's it.
Producer Paul, have we got any of the 100 Modern Quilt Blocks books left? Oh, we've still got a book left, so if anybody is after the 100 Modern Quilt Blocks, I know. We'll go and have a look at that in just a moment.
And then when we open it out, we've lost our points, but then obviously when we put them all together on there.
I like that. I really like that. Yeah.
And if we place that one there.
Oh, gosh. So this is the final one. The blocks that we've made are to the right of your screen. We did the left one first. We've done the right one. All of this using a dashwood.
Yes.
Now we're going to have a go at that I say have a go. Yeah. We'll do more than have a go.
We'll do it.
We've got a pro.
But
let's have a look at the fabric. Let's recap this book first, because this is the one that's got us all giddy over holidays this morning. Have you got anywhere booked for your holiday?
Not yet.
Oh,
I'm hoping for lots of inspiration.
Well,
now.
there you go. I mean, this book gives it to you in abundance if you want to go to Australia or Tasmania. Look at that. So a stunning book. First, it's a riot of colour, isn't it, this one? Look at the rocks. Look at that. Amazing. What do you think came first? Do you think the inspiration came from the landscape, or do you think the quilt came first and then they had to find where they were going to...
Oh, that's a tough one, isn't it?
They didn't make the landscape after. I don't mean that, she's being silly now. Or did they,
They'd go and find a landscape that just happened to match
that just happened to suit it. Look at that, so pretty. Is that... Oh, no. I was going to say that's like a small version of the one that we've just done, but it's not.
It's... no, not really.
It's not. Ignore. I'm still learning. But here we go. This is your excuse to get out all those vibrant fabrics, isn't it?
Yes.
Nice. Look at these. Look at that. Oh, I like that. This book's amazing. You see, I'm tempted now to write a quilting book just so that I can go somewhere exotic to photograph it. Because I think the sunlight just... Oh, that's my favourite one. Strips of tricks. Mm. How difficult is that going to be for me to do, Joy? Look, is it there? Is it going to be...
It's quite straightforward.
That's all right,
squares and triangle on the end.
You see, there it looks like a glass window, doesn't it?
Yes.
But then when you put it all together, stunning. I like. Oh, look at that one. So this is $15.95. It's really rather glorious. This has got to be one of my favourite books, just because I now want to go on holiday. Look at that. Claire's saying, thank you for the inspiration. Absolute pleasure.
Is that inspiration for quilting or inspiration for holidays?
Don't mind. I don't mind either way. I'm happy either way. Whichever gives you the greatest joy. There we go. So that's your book. Grab that. It's beautiful. Before we go on to our last one, I'm going to leave you.
Okay.
Because I haven't shown you all the fabric.
No.
Yes, I will be back in a second. Come over here. Now, the next... The reason that I'm taking a little break from Joy is because the next quilt block, she's used one of these in as well as the dashwood. So this is our cotton linen mix. So as you can see here, it is... Oh, no. Yeah, it is 60% cotton, 40% linen. I couldn't remember which way around it is. So here we go. You've got 5 fat quarters here for $13.95. Great price. Really lovely. Now, because this has got the linen in here, It gives you that different texture. So maybe you quilt with colours and get, you know, different colours. Maybe you quilt for using different textures, in which case this has got your cotton linen mix in there. Now, of course, yeah, if you want to quilt with it, that's fine. Also, of course, great for your bags and things like that. For all of those craft projects, it's got that lovely linen feel to it because it's got that 40% linen in there. But it's easy to use because it's got that cotton in there as well. It's pretty. It's sort of, well, I think the roses there give you that romantic, shabby chic aspect. Oh, look at me managing to fold it. I'm getting better at this malarkey. Look at that. So you've got your roses, you've got your classic polka dot, chintz and spots, can't go wrong. And then you see they've thrown in a stripe. Lovely. And of course, if you're using a quilt with this, then you've got all sorts of different, more, I was going to say muted tones, and then I came across that bright pink. So the cappuccino backing would work beautifully with these, which is why we threw it in. Whether you're using these for bag making or quilting, throw in some of that cappuccino solid, and that's going to work an absolute treat with those. It could just be the lining, and then you have these as your main event, but it's just $13.95 for all 5 of those. WTGQ97. Here we go. We're just going to check stocks very quickly. While producer Paul does that, I want to have another flick through this book. You just have a quick stock check while I flick through this. So this is from Tula Pink. Fabulous American designer. There we go. And look at it. It's kind of that industrial background again, isn't it? With a beautiful quilt. I don't know what that's all about, but I kind of like it. And so with this, well, I mean, look at this. So this is all beautifully drawn, all of your measurements up there, all your different colours. So basically, it's like a menu and a recipe. So yes, you can use those colourways, but if not, what Tula's done for you is tell you how much you need of each colour. So it's like a key to a map. It's really easy and effective to follow. Really gorgeous. And you've got that for each of your 100 blocks. Just stunning. The artwork in here, just gorgeous. And it is artwork. Look at that. Just so pretty. It reminds me of being in some sort of designer's studio because you've got the drawn effect in there. Really lovely. So if you're after this, it's $15.95. Like I say, we're down to the last 1 or 2 of these. So please do grab it. Check out your basket. I know that people are sitting there with it. So please do just check out your basket. If you must have this beautiful book, make sure that you grab it. 100 different quilting blocks in there. That's a lot, isn't it? How long would it take you to do 100 different blocks? Maybe you could just do the most mega quilt with 100 blocks in it. Oh, that'd be amazing. $15.95. Grab it if you can. Now, talking of mega blocks, you've shown us 3. Well, you're about to show us our 3rd. Joy's here, everyone, if you've just joined us. So far this morning. Let me waft the fabric around a bit. We started off with the most complicated. Joy was like, yeah, let's get everyone's brains working. Yep. So we did this one to start off with. Then we went on over to here and did this one over there. That looks brilliant, doesn't it? When you see it all done up beautifully. Absolutely lovely. And so, of course, you can see with that dashwood fabric, those colours just working. Oh, lovely. Now, with this one, I said that for the last one, you'd used an element, one of the fat quarters from the cotton linen mix that we've just shown you, which is this one here. And this was the one that actually gave us the inspiration to pop the cappuccino plain on the show. Yep. So whether you're going for the fat quarters, whether you're going for the dashwood, whether you're going for the cotton linen mix, whether you're going for your spectrum solid, the dark blue is just down there, $3.25. The cappuccino is also $3.25 per half a metre. Right.
It's good. So with this one, because I wanted to really show the zigzaggy effect of it, I wanted something nice and plain. Yes. But I didn't want to go completely solid plain because it could have made it look a bit heavy. Okay. So by having this linen textured one, it's a bit softer.
So you've got texture, you're working with texture, but you've got that sort of, that plainer colour. but that texture still
so
coming
it's
through.
going to showcase the Dashwood fabrics really nicely.
Nice. That's where the art form comes, isn't it? Knowing what, you know, what's going to drag it down, what's going to lift it up.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. So again, we're starting with 2 squares.
Okay.
Now, again, if you're starting with 5-inch squares, we need to do a bit of trimming down.
Okay.
So this time we're going to do 5 inches by 4.5 inches.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's not a square.
It's not a square, no.
What's going on?
It's going to be well, it'll eventually be 2 rectangles.
Okay.
But it's going to, so it's going to seem a bit weird.
Okay.
So if we
I trust you. You're our expert.
Good,
That's
good,
fine.
good. Good, good,
do you know what I like about this so far, Joy, is that there's nothing that hasn't fitted on our mat.
Absolutely.
So I always get a little bit worried sometimes for space. And so, because I've got a great big mat, but it's not always practical.
No.
So having a little one that is, that's that?
Yeah.
That's,
12 by 18.
Ooh, I was going to say it's A3, but it's not.
Not quite.
Quite, is it? Or is it?
Well,
Ish.
Yeah. Ish.
Bit more.
Ish.
But it's 12 inches by 18.
Yes.
So it's a nice size, it's a handy size. Then you can just sit at your dining room table and
Yeah, and if you've not done a lot of quilting or you just want to have a go with some smaller things, absolutely brilliant.
It's a great
for doing
place
that.
to start.
And I'm going to show you a little trick in a minute for cutting up all your squares as well. Okay.
Ooh, so if you are just starting out and you would just like, or you're going to give a gift to a friend.
Yes,
then
something
here we
like that.
go.
Yeah, then you could do it.
$38.95 gets them the mat, the rotary cutter, and the 6.5 inches square from Olfa, who's a trusted quilting brand.
Yes. So I've got my squares. I've cut them back to 5 inches by 4.5. So what I'm going to do now, again, 2 pieces, right sides together. And now I'm going to cut them in half. I'll just put this on so you can see. So the 4.5 inches is down here.
Yeah.
So they're going to end up at 2.5 by 4.5.
Okay.
Okay. So if I just trim this along here, that gives me 2 sets of rectangles.
Yes.
So now I'm going to stitch them together.
That blade is like hot knife through butter, isn't it? Just straight through.
I love new blades in them because they're always really, really good. And if you look after them, you know, don't mistreat them, then they'll last you a long time. People often say, how long will a rotary cutting blade last me?
Oh, how long's a piece of string?
Absolutely.
How much cutting are you doing? What are you cutting?
Yeah.
Has your husband got hold of it to cut his pizza or anything else? You know, use it for cutting your
But if you
pizza.
look after it, they do last a long time. So I've stitched those together and I've just chain pieced them together.
Yes.
Just butting it through. And I'm just going to nip that apart. So now, when I open these up, I'm just going to finger press again.
Perfect.
We've got some very simple, straightforward.
Do you know what I've noticed with this fabric? It finger presses really easily, doesn't it?
Yes.
Is that because of it being cotton?
Yeah, it's 100% cotton. It's a nice weight. And it just goes.
Just works.
So now it's taken them back to squares for us.
Oh, good. Oh, that's excellent.
Okay. So now we can start to put these together.
And then you get that zigzaggy pathway going through.
Yes.
That's very clever.
There's a couple more I've got here.
Excellent.
So if we have a look down here and down here, so you can see how that's going to form.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's very satisfying.
Very easy, very straightforward to do, but it gives you a much more complex looking quilt than you would think from just doing some straightforward.
I like it. So this is what we've been making, and we've used the Dashwood Studio 8-piece fat quarter pack. It's from the Paper Meadow range. It's from Dashwood. They cut it up for us specially. They've done all the cutting. $19.95 there for that. FRAD 93. Now down the bottom of your screens there is the matte, the acrylic and the Rotary Cuttery starter bundle there for you. So if if you're new to quilting, you've been inspired, you don't know where to start, great place. $38.95 gets it all bundled in one go from a real great brand coming to you for $38.95. Your code there, TQGQ60, and that's your premium Rotary Cutter cutting mat and quilt making kit.
Yes. So, as we said right at the beginning, any one of these blocks, you could make a whole quilt out of them.
Yes.
Or you could do something like I've done and just try them out and do a 3-in-1.
It's like a sampler.
A sampler quilt, definitely. Now, people that are used to rotary cutting will know that normally you need a long ruler to cut your strips, to cross-cut your squares from. But if this is a set that you've got, you can actually get away without using your long ruler. So you don't necessarily need to have one. So the first thing is to get your fat quarter of fabric, and you might need to repress it so that it matches all the edges up.
Yes.
Fold it over, over and over, and it's really nicely folded. Then we can take our square ruler and place it on, and you can see I can get my 5 inches out of here really easily.
Oh, nice.
Now, normally you have to be a bit careful about cutting things like through folds, because if they're not absolute together, you can get all sorts of strange shapes. But we're not going to be using any of the folded pieces.
So we are rapidly running out of time.
Yep.
So let's
all I'm
just
going
see.
to do.
Look at this.
Smudge your fingers for me.
No, I've moved them out of hand.
Well done.
This is a really quick way of doing it, and you can just see how many layers we've gone through here with that rotary cutter. Brilliant. That's a good rotary cutter.
Yep. So now, when I've done this one...
How many have we got? Look at that.
We've got a lot, haven't we?
Wow, look at all of these.
We've got 12.
12 fat quarters, 12 squares cut straight away, all exactly the same. That's brilliant. What a top tip. So when you get your fat quarters home and you want to get your squares cut in a hurry, that's a great way to do it. Joy, thank you.
You're welcome.
No, you're not done for the day, are you? You're going to come back in an hour.
I am.
Yes. What are we doing?
Quilt as you go.
Yes. So if you missed out last time, because we sold out last time, do join us then. We've got some more of that spray, which everybody went crazy for. Plus we've got the Quilt As You Go. Plus we've got Joy. What more could you wish for? So join us in just one moment. Next up, we've got some tote bags. See you in a minute.
Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love.
So today I'm going to show you how to do a double stitch. Now you would use a double stitch at the start and the end of your sewing to secure your threads rather than using a really big knot. So you're going to want to take a thread. Now I'm using embroidery thread so you can see what I'm doing. And you're going to want to take your needle through the front of your fabric first and then come out back through the front. So I'm using really big stitches at the moment so I can see what I'm doing. You're going to leave a tail before you then repeat that in and out motion. So you can see that's 1. I'm going to go back through again and that's 2. So you can see I've done 2 stitches in the same place. That's giving me my double stitch. You would then do whatever stitch it is that you're going to go on to do. So I'm just going to do a quick running stitch. Okay. So now I'm going to do my double stitch at the very end of my stitch there. So it's repeating the process. So I'm going in, and back out, in, and then back out, before clipping my threads. So obviously you would clip these closer when you get to finishing your garment. So there you have it.
Don't forget, shopping with us is easy and simple. You can just contact us at 0800 112 4433 and speak to our UK-based call centre to place an order, or shop online with us at www.sewingquarter.com. join us on Wednesday, the 19th of April, when Molly Makes takes over Sewing Quarter. Molly Makes is a lifestyle and craft magazine for those who live creatively. Each magazine is packed with the best of handmade craft from around the world, and they will be invading Sewing Quarter with special guests, inspiring projects and super offers. So join us on Wednesday the 19th of April for Molly Makes Takeover Day, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
Good morning, happy Easter to you. If you've just joined us this morning, have you already eaten some chocolate? I'm doing really well. I think this is the first Easter where I've got to 9 o'clock in the morning, haven't eaten any chocolate yet. So join us this hour. It's all about those fabric design strip rolls. What do we do with them? That's my question to you this hour. If you had one of these, what would you do with it? So let's get those emails in because I would love to know. Now, here's the lovely thing. Because it's Easter, we wanted to celebrate. So we've got a little competition. Well, not a competition. It's a prize draw for you. If you purchase anything from us, could be anything from a bodkin and a packet of buttons all the way up to 18 meters of fabric. Doesn't matter. Whatever you purchase from us, you will go into a prize draw, and there'll be 4 lucky winners to win over £25 worth of fabric from us, coming all beautifully boxed as it does to you as a nice little Easter surprise. So the winners will be announced on Tuesday. So we will announce it. We're going to announce that live. Yeah, let's say yes to that. We are now anyway. So do join us for that as well. So anything that you purchase over the Easter weekend from Friday through till tomorrow Monday, you will be instantly put into that prize draw. Full T's and C's, all that malarkey, head to the website. It's all on there. If you want to really have a read through the small print, go and fill your boots and do that. Now, have a bone to pick with you lot at home. Because it's my own fault. On social media, I happened to ask the question, what would you make? If you had one of these, if you had a 2.5-inch strip, 40 beautiful selvage to selvage 2.5-inch strips, what would you make? I asked the question. It's my own fault. I asked the question. And you absolutely bamboozled me with all of your responses. So many of you saying bags, but there were a few of you saying, hang on a minute, what about jelly roll races and things like that, and 40-minute quilts. There were so many different ideas. I want to hear from you this morning. What would you make? When this lands on your doorstep, what would you make with it? So many of you said, you can't cut into it. It's too beautiful. Well, yes, I can. And yes, I did. And I want to show you this morning just how much and how far one of these will go. Okay. This is from Joel Dewberry. So it's the Atrium range. Absolutely stunning, and I really wanted to show you all the different colour ranges that you get through here as well. So we're looking at £57.95 for 40 pieces. So what's that, about £1.40 a strip to have it all done, cut, easy to go, ready to go, all of the bother and the hassle of cutting done. That means a lot to me, actually, because that's saving me a lot of time. Not only that, but I get a little smorgasbord of the whole range to play with. And I really wanted to show you, and what I really wanted to get across was the... Stop rolling. Stop. Were the colours that you get within it, and just some of the ideas that we had. So... of course there had to be a bag, because so many of you said, make the bag, make a bag, make a bag. So I kind of made a bit of a messenger bag. Now, I'm no quilter. You know this. You know that I am no quilter. Which way do you want me to get there? That way? No, no. There you go. There? Is that better? There. Yeah, I am no quilter. As you can see, anybody that wants to look closely will realise I'm no quilter, but these make giving it a go and learning really fun. Just absolutely beautiful, because you can just have a go with all the strips. You can just make it. It's very easy to work with, very easy to play with, and do you know what? It's just a riot of colour, and I absolutely love it. Is it absolutely perfectly quilted? No, it's not. Do I care? No, I don't, because it's absolutely beautiful, and I've learned so much from it. So what I did when I first got this was I laid them all out. I've got a super big ironing board, and I laid them all out, and I did them through the colour ranges. So if they had mainly pink, and then I went through to the yellows, and then I went through to the blues, and then I went through to the turquoises, and I laid it all out in one great long thing. And then I took a photo of it, and actually I had to put my phone on panoramic because there was so much to see, but I wanted to get an idea of how those colours work together. And actually I just love the whole range of them. So with this, I just used the purple, pinks and yellows. That was all the colours that I used. There you go, there's a different one there. We do love our Joel Dewberry. We absolutely love it. The colours are so pretty. So pretty. And you know what I even did? Jennifer Taylor will be so happy with me for this. But, oh, we've stuffed it with some toy stuffing in here. There's fluff everywhere. Look, I even did a little pocket. Hang on, let me take the stuffing out so I can show you my pocket, because I'm proud of my pocket. Oh no, there's more stuffing. It's stuffing everywhere. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. There we go. It's even got the start of a log cabin for my pocket. And I just used the offcuts just to do a little pocket. Nice little pocket. There we go. Now, did I use the whole design roll on this tote bag? No, I did not. Not even a third of it. There is so much. And that's a big, sizable bag. You know, I can use this for my shopping. I can use this wherever. It's a fab-sized bag. Did I have to do lots of crazy maths? No, I didn't. I'll show you in a minute. The other thing that I did, okay, so this is also your fault at home, because a lot of you said, well, what about quilts and things like that? And a lot of you said, could you do something different? Could you design something different? Okay, firstly, I'm no quilter. Secondly, I'm no designer. But I did have a little idea. I do have a little one. And this isn't finished, okay? This is still a work in progress. What I did was I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 strips, and I sewed them all together lengthways. So that's from there to there. I did 12 sideways. I then basically look at the, so this is using, you can see this is the same design roll, but I've gone from, you can see from the top here, I've gone from my turquoises through to my sort of greys, and then through to my yellows, through to my pinks. And it's very Eastery, isn't it? It's just such beautiful, beautiful fabric. And then I just lay it on top of a metre of our white spectrum, and I cut out this, I cut out, they go there. I also trimmed away part way 2 of those, and then I did some quilting. So I also did, this is my first ever piece of quilting, ever. And I did it for you because you asked for it. So what I've done, there's just a little bit of padding in there, or a little bit of wadding in there, all done. And this is what it's for. So, all out of the same design roll. So I've got so far, and look, this is what I wanted to do, is to make, if you have a little one, this is, well, you can either take it to the beach and have it as a bag. I've got to add a handle. I know I haven't actually finished this yet. It's on its way. In fact, I've still got a button to sew on. But I've just done buttons down the side. And then you see, you've got a bag, and I'll just put some clips and a handle. And then you see you can put maybe a picnic in there or your baby stuff, but it's going to open out to something you can sit on or you can rest your baby on. So you've got a mat, you've got a bag, and another tote bag that I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to show you how I did the tote bag. All out of one of these. So that's 3 big, and to be honest, you know, you can be as frugal or not. It's entirely up to you. I used an awful lot in this. because I just wanted to show you just how beautiful the fabric is. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And I've saved another selvage to selvage strip so that I can do the handle. But I just need to get some clips because I want to be able to unclip them so I don't have to lie on them. But you see, there you go. That's just a little different thing to do with it. But it just makes me very happy. Now, the way that this came about was I walked into the office the other day, and lovely Ali, who works with us out of the office a couple of times a week, she said, "Oh, Tash, I love your bag." And I said, "Thank you very much. I whizzed it up last night." And this was the bag that she was looking at. I can't show the other side because I spilled my coffee down it this morning. And what happened was, you know, I love my Tilda. So I just had a panel of Tilda that I didn't really know what to do with, didn't want to throw it away, but it was absolutely lovely. And there's a different coloured one on the other side there. And I was like, okay, so what do I do with it? I want to make it, I want to be able to see it. I don't want to have to cut these up. I love the little rabbit designs on. What do I do? So I happen to have a design roll at home. So I was like, right, okay. And that's why it's got coffee on, because this is my own. This isn't just one that we have in the studio. This does get used an awful lot. So I just put 2 strips there, 2 strips there, strip down each side, lined it. 1 strip cut in 2 for the handles, job done. And that I use day in, day out. It's either got my lunch in it or whatever. So this is out of your Tilda design roll, and we've got that. So the way that it started was by having a panel. That was the inspiration. By having a panel and then edging it in some of it was leftover bits that I had from my design roll. And that was all I used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those in there. So 24 pieces, $29.95. Did we work out this was $125? Yeah, $125 per strip. Oh, this is one of my favourites. Pardon my garden. And you've got the avocado green in there, you've got the raspberry pink, you've got the blues, you've got all of those in there. It's a really beautiful pack. And as you've seen, the central panel that I used in my bag isn't even from the Pardon My Garden range. It was just another one. That's the beauty of Tilda. Once you've got it in your stash, it all mixes and matches, an absolute treat. So I felt very comfortable in being able to do that. So $29.95, pop it in your stash. You never know when you're going to use it. And it was only because I'd done a patchwork cushion and I'd edged it in some of these that I had some left over, and I thought, oh, do you know what? I'll do that. So JWGQ40. Once you've got this sort of thing in your stash, you will use it. It's just brilliant, and it saves so much time. And if you're wonky at cutting like I am, brilliant, absolutely brilliant, because it's all cut and done for you. That's worth an awful lot in my book. Now, as I say, the way that this one started was by having sort of a feature panel, and that was how this started. So in case you feel like doing the same, we've got you a beautiful feature fabric out of the Joel Dewberry Atrium range, and you do actually get one of these as your strip, but do you know what? That's a metre of it, but look at that. You can buy this by the ½ metre, so maybe you just want one of those pieces as your central panel on your bag, and then you use your strips to then highlight, because all those colours come in it. Yeah, $6.95 per ½ metre. NDRW05. Love it. Absolutely love it. So do grab that if you're after it. Now, it's all about the design roll. So maybe you want to use that as your central piece, or if, like me, you were just given the design roll and said, right, well, can you make your own feature panel? Ugh. There was a moment of horror as I panicked, because as you know, I am no quilter. But here's the thing. You've got 2 options when you get this beautiful fabric home. You can either look at it and that can bring you joy, or you can actually crack it open and have a go. You know I'm no expert. I don't profess to be. I listen to them. So, you know, I understand the theory of it, but actually my skills have got to catch up. So I thought, do you know what? You guys are very forgiving, you'll understand. I will give it a go. So what I did was, and there's no measuring in this, okay? There was no, I just got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I just did, what's that, about 9 inches, like that, just, well, no, hang on, a bit longer than that. Let me measure it. She says, having said there's no measuring. So yeah, that's about 14 inches long, and then I just sewed those, so I had a strip. I was like, right, I want something a little bit different in my panel. Now, Joy said to me, because in the bag that I made, oh, Amy, could you just check me that bag, please? Thank you. In the bag that I made, I had a panel like that, a rectangular panel, and I thought, well, that's easy, isn't it? I just need to cut that into diagonals, and then that'll all work a treat. Sort of, but nothing's going to actually match. So that's why you've got a flower in the middle of there. That goes back to my paper crafting days, where if something goes wrong, pop a flower on it or a butterfly. Nobody knows. So what I decided to do with this one was something slightly different. Joy said to me, try a square instead. So out of that panel, I cut a square, and then I just, whatever I had left over, I just cut into 2 bits. We'll get back to those later. Now, what I then want to do is just flip those around, just so that I've got a little bit of central interest there. And then I will sew one on like that, and one on like so. That's going to be how it's going to do. So I'm just going to sew those together. I don't expect points to match. I'm not at that stage. I'm not expecting perfection. I'm not after that. What I want is to have fun with my fabric and create something that I'm happy to use, that I enjoy, that I like. So I know that if I were to do this, ooh, how do I change the stitching on this one? Oh, okay. If I were to do this at home, you know, maybe I would take the time to move the fabric down 1/4 of an inch so that everything matched and all that. No, this is just about how can I make something really pretty that I want to use. So if you are obviously far better at this sort of thing than I am, go for it. Do you know what? Enjoy it, do it, and spend the time getting it absolutely perfect. But if you are there, and I know that there are lots of you like me out there who either don't sew because you're a bit intimidated and you don't want it to go wrong. And I have been one of those people for so long, where my fabric stash has grown and grown and grown, and I've just not done anything with it because I don't want to go wrong. And then I thought, you know what, life's a living. Let's just start making stuff. And I've really enjoyed it, really enjoyed it. So now I don't mind if it's not perfect. I'm just going to give it a go and make something pretty. And you know what? The more I do, the more I enjoy, and the prettier it is, and the better I get. And my secret weapon whilst doing all of this has been my Fiskars cutter, because it doesn't matter how wonky it all is, I can always trim it straight, and this has been absolutely brilliant for me, and I'll show you why in a minute. For me, the cutter is a rotary cutter. That is a skill that will come, but it was what was holding me back. When I sat down and I thought to myself, what is it that is actually holding me back from giving stuff a go? Firstly, it's about I don't want to be wrong, and secondly, it's because actually, it's like the honesty hour, this, isn't it? It's because I wasn't very good at cutting. And so I felt like I was wasting material because I just wasn't cutting it straight. So here you go. This has solved so many problems for me. I absolutely love this Fiskars rotary cutter because it's got the ruler. So if you're someone like me and you just slip with your rulers and you've lost your confidence with your ruler, then this is absolutely just the best thing. And that's what I use. Now I need to put those two together and sew down. So apologies this morning if you are an absolute expert quilter and you're looking going, what is she doing? I'm having fun. I'm having fun with my fabric, and I am absolutely enjoying what I'm making. So here we go. This is the ruler. This is what has saved the day for me. Now, what you also get with this is this funny little blade changer thing, which means that you never have to touch that blade when you change it, which is brilliant, because that's the other thing that scares me. So that, well, yeah, if you wanted to buy that separately, it'd be over £30 to buy separately, but it comes in the bundle with it, which is just fab. So a great reason to get that today. It's coming in. It should be, what is it, $31.95 on its own? It's something like that. I think it says it on the box. But it just means that you've got that. You don't have to ever touch that blade then when you come to change it. That's very important for me as well. Now, come on. Here we go. So I'm on the last little bit now of my feature panel. Now we've had messages in. Good morning, happy Easter to you. Oh, sorry, who's that? Judith. Hello, Judith, asking about our sewing machines. What would you like to know? So in our sort of stable of machines, if you like, Judith, the way it works is we've got various Elna machines, and we've got them to suit all budget and preference. So whether you're an absolute beginner or someone who demands more from their sewing machine, you've got everything there good to go. So do go and check those out and see which one you like the look of. And actually, yeah, we've got the full range in there. Terry's been in touch. Good morning, Terry. Oh, you've sent an image of your jelly roll and your panel. Thank you ever so much. We will have a look at that and see if we can get it up in a bit. Now, let's see if I can match those. Here we go. So now I'm just going to add on the leftover panels that I had and just sew those on. Now, this was just what I fancied doing with this one. It was different from the original bag that I did. So it's just another thing that I'm trying. I'm using this jelly roll as an excuse to have a go. It's pre-cut, it's quick, it's easy to use. And so you can whiz up something very quickly. Oh, I have to put that down to cut it. Oh! User error, lovely. And so you can just see I'm starting to get my panel there. It looks wonky, bear with me. It's not going to be wonky for much longer. And that's the joy of the cutter. But I'm not trying to match points. So, you know, if you're after that of a quilt, then take your time and do it your way. I'm not at that stage with my sewing. And I have to say, you know, when you're in a building with such incredible quilting talent, it is quite daunting to kind of go, do you know what, I know that this isn't like our experts. I know that I'm not there. That's why we have experts. But actually, I've really enjoyed it. And Joy was so sweet when she saw what I was doing this morning. She's like, yeah, but you're giving it a go, Tash. And it's, you know, everybody has to start somewhere. And I think that your jelly roll is a great place to start. Now, firstly, you get so much. Secondly, it's pre-cut for you. Here's the thing, okay? This is what I'm left with. Well, that's not the panel that I wanted because I'd sort of sewed that. I've got bits left over. So, it's okay. I've got my trusty Fiskars. So I'm going to line up my edge on here. Now we are, okay. So we don't have so many of these. I absolutely love it. Get it. If you have nothing else in your stash for cutting, grab this because you've got all of your ruler here. It's 6 and it's now single figures. Gosh, you're already buying it. So you've got 6 inches across. You've got black and white colours so that you know that you're going to be able to see no matter what. This is very busy material, and yet I can absolutely still see that I can line up that edge. I hold it down with that hand, and then there's no gripping. If you have any problem with your grip, then this is the way to go because there's no gripping at all. You just push down and push away. Job done. Absolutely job done. So if you aren't great at applying pressure or if you worry, just for me it's a safety aspect as well. With your rotary cutter, I don't trust myself not to chop off a quick finger. So for me, this works an absolute treat. It's quick, It's easy and I absolutely love it. And then I just know, I pull that back, that blade does not engage until I press down on it. I've got all of this area here to press down on, so it doesn't, firstly I've got all of it, it's not gonna go over there, it's on this rail, so firstly it's gonna cut straight, secondly it's not gonna come off and slip onto my fingers, there's none of that. I've got all of this surface area there to press down on, and then just with the heel of my hand, press down on there, push away and cut. There we go. So always pushing away there. But you know, we say that, but it doesn't really matter with this, because even if you did, that's only so you get a nice even push. You can't hurt yourself if you push it towards you, because that blade does not do anything until you push down. It's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So then I just go around and I just make sure that all my edges are lovely and straight. Love it. So it's ease of use, fish, done, time saving. I'm not trying to line up my ruler and then, did I leave my rotary cutter close to hand? Did I not? It's all in one handy, convenient thing. And this has really meant, there's no way that I would have attempted anything like this. Look at that, all cut, done. Easy, perfect, good to go. And that's what I did. So then I just got various strips, and here we go. This is what it ended up sort of looking like. So hello Sean. Sean's messaged in. She says she loves what I've made. You're very kind. Thank you very much. And Carol says, well done, Natasha. Thank you, guys. Your support means a lot, because it is, like I say, it is a little bit daunting when we have all of these experts for me to just come on and go, hey, you know, give it a go. But that's what I do mean. Do give it a go, because do you know what? If anybody turns around and says, oh, that's not very good, they're not your friend anyway. Oh, Marie's got the Fiskars rotary cutter. She says it makes patchwork so much easier. Well, this is it for me as well. I just wanted something that would be quick, that would be easy, that would allow me to that would just allow me to cut great long strips of fabric easily and quickly. Because I am such a fan of the 2.5-inch strip, then this is brilliant. This allows me to also cut my own. So if I'd have wanted, for instance, to cut extras, maybe I wanted to cut like a white to give that contrast, then I could do that. I could absolutely do that. So all I'm doing, oh, that's that panel. You know, we've got the 1/2 meter. You get that little tease in here of the strip, but you get so much. It's absolutely beautiful. So then I just put 2 strips, top and bottom, and down the side. I'll just do this as the last one, and then we'll move over to the one that I've already done, because like I say, none of this has been done by doing any measuring or anything like that. I've just literally put one thing on top of the other and cut it so that I know they're both the same size, and that's what I can do because I've got my Fiskars cutter, and that makes life easy for me. And I've made, so out of the Joel Dewberry, this is now my 3rd bag that I've made, bearing in mind that one of them is like a quilt/bag. So that was the first one that I made. I'm now making another one like that, so I'll have another one that size, and that's a sizable bag. Plus, then there was my quilt/bag as well. We'll grab that in a moment just to show. And again, now you see I would normally iron these to make sure they're all nice, but you see I can line up there and then just trim those edges so that they're absolutely exactly where I want them to be. And that's the joy of it, because I know that as soon as I line up that edge as well, that is my cutting edge. So if I line it up against that, I know that those bits now, and it's all trimmed and done. Easy peasy. So I just built up my block like that. I did 2 there, 2 at the top, and then I've just got to trim this down. So it's just a quick, easy way to trim down those edges. And this is my front panel of my bag. So far, and you can use your cutting mat to line everything up if you want. So far, I've not been stressing about measuring anything, but it's just, I think because there's such a riot of colour on here, you know, if this was a great big quilt that was going to be an heirloom or a gift or something, of course I would learn how to do it properly. But I just wanted something that was bright and that was fun. And that's what I've got here. Yes, it's a bit wonky, I don't mind. So, limited on the stock for the cutter. If you do want it, and I would so recommend that you do, then USGQ67, $64.95. I don't want to pressure you, I just love it. Don't miss out. If it's something that you think is going to make your life easy, do you know what? If you're someone that is a whiz with the rotary cutter, don't bother. But if you're like me and you just get things wonky, someone said to me the other day, are we going to bring plain fabrics in jelly roll form? Well, I don't know, but here's the thing. If we were, or if you just wanted to do your own, you could always just buy your 1/2 metre of your plains off the website for $3.25 and then use your cutter. So you just do that, fold it into, well, I've got it into quarters there, do your edge, get those edges lined up. So get rid of that edge. And then, so I've been told to slow down. That's the thing, you get so speedy with this. So I would get a pen and I would mark, because I can use this as a ruler as well. So line that up. And I would know, okay, so if I go, yeah, so I can then measure. Have we got a pen anywhere? So if you've done it that way, then you can then measure your 2.5 inches. So if I just show you here, that's 1 inch to there, 2. So I want to line up my 2.5 inch is there. Oh, there you go, I don't need a pen. That's fine, I don't need a pen, I can just do it from there. That's my 2.5. So I now edge up along there, press down, 2.5 inch strip. Done. 2.5 inch strip. Done. So if I'd wanted to, I now have a plain strip that I could then add onto my design if I wanted to. If I wanted to be really frugal and have made this go further, maybe instead of putting that colour there, I'd have done a white around to highlight my block there and really make that go pop. So there you go, you can then cut your own. There you go, look at that. Selvage to perfect 2.5 inch strip. So get your design strips, because quite frankly it gives you a taster of all of those stunning designs, but also get your Spectrum solids in there and cut your own solids to make that design roll go even further. Marina's messaged in. Oh, Verena. Oh, lovely name. Verena. She's wondering what the blue and white honeycomb material is. In front of the iron, here. But this one. Somewhere around here. Oh, this, okay, this was just, I was just going to show you. This is part of the Joel Dewberry range. This was actually, I made my own binding for the quilt bag. I made my own binding, and I was just going to show you. Because again, it's, the design rolls are perfect. If you're someone like me, you want to have a go. So this is one strip. So this is all part of your design roll. This is one strip. I haven't cut it down. I haven't done anything. All I did to make my binding was fold it in half and then press it, and then into quarters, press it. Okay, and then that is my own binding, and that's how I bound the bag. Shall I show you that bag? Come with me, let me show you that bag. Now, this isn't finished, this is still a work in progress, okay? So this, it's all, not only I've used 12 strips, but then also, look, it's all edged, it's all bound in the design rolls as well, in those design strips. So there was so much I absolutely did not skimp at all. I went all out on using as much of this as I could to show you just how much. So let me show you what my my matte bag ends up looking like. So I've just done buttons down the side. But here we go. You've got enough to sit on, pop your picnic on, or you could pop your baby on it, baby change. So I've done 2 bags, and this could be a mini quilt. And I haven't used it all up yet. You're getting 40 strips in here. It's been such a joy to work with. The colours are so cheery. They're just awesome. And the designs are just beautiful. So you've got everything. You've got those gorgeous mustardy yellows. You've got all of the pinks, dark pinks. You've got purples in there. You've got aqua-y teals. You've got this bluey grey in there as well. You've got so much. You've got 40 different strips. Now, a lot of you going for the tilde. That's $29.95. You get 24 strips in there. With this roll, let me show you the difference in size so that you understand just how much you're getting. That's your tilde, $29.95, and you get 24 strips there. Can I just show you how much more you're getting? What 40 strips looks like in terms of how much extra you're getting. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. So $57.95. And there are so many things that you can make. Get your fabric strip cutter as well. Mix it up with your plains as well, so it goes that bit further. And then it doesn't feel quite so decadent. But just look at those colours. Oh, it was such a treat opening that out and seeing all those different colours. It's just a rainbow from start to finish, which way you look at it. Absolutely gorgeous. ZJRW02, $57.95 for your Joel Dewberry, top American designer. Gorgeous fabrics, as we've seen. Now, I mentioned the tilde, and that was what started this whole show off, the whole idea for the show. I came in, imagine me skipping through the office as I do. And there it was. So this is the bag. And Ali says to me, who was putting together some shows for us, Tash, would you make that? How did you make it? Would you make it on air? Gulp. Okay, Ali, yes. So this is how it all began. I had a scrap of tilde, actually 2 scraps, because I had a pretty one the other side as well, the same size. I was like, right, what am I going to do with it? So one evening, I don't know, Stephen was watching some sort of movie I didn't want to watch, probably had guns and superheroes or something in it. And I was like, right, okay, I'll be around, but I just will do my own thing. So I had some leftover, actually from this bundle, from this jelly roll, and I just used a beautiful piece of fabric in the middle and strips top and bottom, and then strip down the side. And it's lovely because which way around I look at it, it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And the way in which I made the handles were with 2 matching strips. And I just did them right sides together, sewed down both sides, turned it inside out with my bodkin, ironed it, and then did that. And look, inside is even the start. Oh, Wendy wants to make my bag. Oh, good. Even if I just inspire one person, that'll make me so happy today. Thank you, Wendy. You've made my morning. And there you go. Marie made a quilt out of her first jelly roll. Brilliant. You see, this is what they're there for, isn't it? I really do think, having quilted that bag, I would definitely do that now. I'd definitely make a quilt out of it. But you see, that's the start of a log cabin. Love that. It's just so easy. And that was just from the off-cut scraps because, you know, we can't throw anything away, right? So I just made a little pocket in there. My phone slips in there. Job done. Easy, easy, easy. Now, I just wanted also, there you go. If I put that there, then you can't see the coffee stain on there from my journey in this morning. The lining on this as well, we've got 2 different coloured lining. We've got the bright white, but we've also got the ecru. Now, the ecru works beautifully with your tilde because it's a softer colour. Don't use the bright white on your tilde, unless of course you want to, you know, but because this has got softer tones, the jewelled dewberry, you can see between them, the jewelled dewberry is really bright and has got that bright white, so that was fine to use. But the tilde is a softer, more romantic fabric, and so the ecru is great for your lining if you want to use that. So that's your ecru. It's $3.25 per half a metre. Now, I do need to warn you that the Fiskars cutter is very, very limited on stock now. So let's have a little look. How many have we got left? So, you know, I said that this was a no measuring project. I just want to show you how true that is, because when it comes down to doing even the lining, it was a matter of, do you know what? Let's just line and cut up over the top, so that I know that my lining is going to be exactly the same size. So I just pop it over the top and go for it. Okay, so if everybody checks out their baskets, this has sold out. And do you know what? I am so absolutely thrilled for you, because this has absolutely saved the day for me. Hand on there, I've got loads of space to press down with no worry of this blade ever crossing over and hurting my fingers. Push down, push away. You're going to miss out unless you check out your baskets on that. I don't want to push, but even if it's in your basket, I can't guarantee it, because there are so many of you wanting it now. So please, we do try and warn you. I'm not trying to scare you. I just want to make sure that if you want this, if like me, you think that this will make all the difference to your sewing, and it really has for me. Now, you might be an absolute whiz like our Joy with the rotary cutter and look at this and go, don't need it, I'm okay. That's great. You know what? Good on you. Fair play to you. Now what I've got is the top panel of my bag, and I've got my 2 lining fabrics good to go. Again, with the scraps, what I've done, other things from the scrap. Where has it gone? It's down here. Yeah, you see, look, I've just got a little bag here, just full of little scraps and offcuts. Again, this is all from the same jelly roll. So what I'll do with all these little offcuts, they were the offcuts from my initial bag, and what I'll do with those is maybe a little log cabin or something, because I've got lots of different lengths. So I'll have a play with that. Nothing's going to get wasted there. And then, again, with the offcuts from there, I've just done myself a little pocket. Again, that's a Joel Dewberry little pocket that I'm going to just pop on the lining of my bag. Super easy to do. I've lined it already, turned it inside out. It's not the straightest. That's fine. Which way around do I want it? Probably that way. So if I want to have that positioned there, I will flick it down there. Oh, lots of messages saying what, Producer Paul? Oh, they love my bag. Oh, thank you. Do you know, I was so nervous about this show because I'm no expert. You know, we have such amazing talent here at the Sewing Quarter. But do you know what? I practice what I preach. There's the bag. That's what you're all being so kind about. I did it without a pattern, okay? I did it, and I don't measure. I just gave it a go, okay? Just because, firstly, the colours were so beautiful, and secondly, it just made me want to give it a go. So that's what I did. That was that. It just, it's bright and summery. And actually, Producer Paul, I don't know if I should admit this. It might have had a sneaky outing yesterday while no one was looking. I did iron it. And I didn't spill my coffee over it. We're not really meant to take samples out, but, So, no, it did have a little, don't report me. Hopefully nobody's watching because it's Easter, from management. Now, if you were after the cutter, well done. It has now sold out. Now then, Mr. Machine. Don't do this to me. So it's all about the Joel Dewberry fabric, which was what inspired me with this, was to have a go with the colours. Why does this not want to go forwards? Come on, machine. Ah, there we go. Can you message in, okay, if you are someone who has, and I want you to be really, really honest, if you have a design roll that you look at and that you haven't opened. Because I was so stunned by how many of you went, oh, you can't open it, you can't open it. Yes, I can. You've got to have a good old play with these things. You absolutely do. So, you know, for me, I always just say, you know what, open up this fabric and have a go. And I get it, I really do, because I didn't used to. I used to just sit there with them and go, I can't, it's so pretty, I can't possibly open it. But do give it a go. Have these strips there so that you are ready to go and you can have a good old play with them. I'm just going forwards and backs just to secure the top of this pocket here, and then I'm just going to stitch 1/4 of an inch down. And I've already stitched onto the bottom, so it's going to end up being a bit like a top stitch. Oh, we've got some viewers' pictures, have we? Awesome, in a minute, good. Happy Easter, by the way, if you've just joined us. It's been a bit like Challenge Tash in the studio. My own fault. I bought in a bag that I'd made and was asked, oh, do you think you might make that on a show? And I didn't say no. Now this is also where I've got so many layers now. I didn't think that one through, did I? There we go. Here we are. So this is just edging my pocket. And as I come up to the top, I'm going to go over the top and then I will go back so that that is properly secure. Now, who was it that was talking about sewing machines earlier? Someone was asking about sewing machines. What I've absolutely loved with that one is the thread cutter on it. It's just saved, Judith, it saved me so much time. Now, I've got a lining there, which has now got my pocket in it. And then for my lining, I will then just do right sides together, but I will sew round there, leaving a bagging out there. Now, when I used to do a lot of paper crafting, there was always a saying, if you ever have a mistake or anything like that, pop a flower or a butterfly on top of it, nobody notices. So you'll notice on my bag, there are flowers on both sides. Now again, I would like to thank Jennifer Taylor for this, because obviously I did a flower show with her and she's like, yeah, it's easy, just make a flower like this. So with the little offcuts, again, use them up, pretty it up, make a little flower. I'm just going to show you how. Oh, before I do that, oh, we've got pictures. Oh, excellent. Oh, look at that. So this is a K-facet design roll. Who's that from? Susan, that is incredible. You see, look, is that, wow. That's amazing. Terry's the next. Oh, that's beautiful. Design roll again. Yeah, you can see, can't you? Oh, look at, oh, and the cat. Oh, now you see that. That's appreciation, isn't it? Beautiful. Aren't you clever, you lot? Oh, look at that. Hey, you know that quilt that I love the look of in the bundle book? That's a bit like that, isn't it? Beautiful. Yeah, that bundle book. Yeah, that's the one. Also available, $15.95. That's gorgeous. Hey, awesome. So, that's what you can do. That's what you can do when you get your 2.5-inch strips. Now, I'm going to, I'm going to pop a little flower in the center. Now, there's one that I already made, but they are so simple and quick to make if you've not made one before. And again, so this has been a first for me. Firstly, because I've done my first bit of quilting. Secondly, I made my first flower. And I've also made my own binding for the first time properly. That's all been done. Where I didn't use a binder maker. I did all the ironing from scratch, did all of that. What else did I do for the first time? My buttonholes. I've only ever had people help me with buttonholes. Had to do, big girl pants on and do the buttonholes myself. Did that. So this is what a 40 pack of strips has made me do. Completely come out of my comfort zone, but it made me want to do it. To the extent that it made me want to do it live on air. that's pretty scary. And also, you know, I wanted to do it. So if you want to make any of these flowers, it's pretty simple. You just grab a strip of fabric like that. If you want to, just iron over the core finger press. Shall I do it not on white so that you can see? Just fold over. If you've got a bit of selvage there, just fold that over and then fold in half like that. And then knot a piece of thread and go in on one end. So start at one end. You can see my knotted thread there. There's my knotted thread. There are the ends of that. Double over your thread, knot it, and then on the raw edge, just do, unless of course you want that raw edge effect, that's absolutely fine. That's another look. And then I just done, you can see, look, the longest running stitch, and then just gather it all up and round and through. So this is just to give you a little bit of inspiration on this Easter Sunday as to what you can do when you get. So there you go. There's just your flower there. You can edge it all around. If you need to put a stitch in to hold that, you can. And then I stole, God, this is awful, isn't it? I borrowed one of the buttons off the set, actually, because I forgot mine. Yeah, off the set. There's a big box of them down there. So I borrowed one. I know. Well, don't tell Jenny Fox Proverbs, okay? Because she'll, you know, she was in yesterday looking at books, but I don't think she counted the buttons, so I think I'm safe. Oh, was it Friday she was in? Yeah. I don't know. It's you lose plot. You lose the plot a little bit, don't you, on a bank holiday? So yeah, Jenny Fox Proverbs comes in. She's one of the editors from our magazines, and she comes in and does our book reviews. I think that should be book club that Jenny does. Julie's messaged in. Hello, Julie. So she's got a whole stash of fabric. Happy Easter. Absolutely. Now, add the design roll to your stash and you are good to go. You can make anything. Have we had any ideas from people as to what they would make? Oh, they're loving the bag. Oh, bless you. You're so kind. Thank you. I was so nervous about this show. I don't really get nervous about shows anymore, but I was nervous about this show. There you go. There's my little flower, all finished off. It's pretty, isn't it? And then, you see, that will go in the centre there. Or I could go with the other one. Actually, that's still got a thread attached. Shall I pop that on there? And so it just, if you're worried that all your points don't meet and that people might judge you or do whatever, don't worry, just pop a flower in the middle. That's my answer to it. Just going to pop that through the centre there. Now, lots of you asking about the Joel Dewberry fabric. I have to say, it's been a complete and utter pleasure to work with. It really has. Absolutely stunning. The colours have been delightful. Now, I chose to put this into colour families, if you will, but only because I didn't know where to start. There was overwhelmingly so much that I just didn't know where to start. And so it seemed to me that the best place to start was to just open it all up. And there is that moment, because it's never going to go back into that beautiful roll again. But yeah, I did just open it up and just absolutely go for it. Now you can see there, that now is my panel with the flower in that centerpiece. And that is with my Joel Dewberry. So, and that, I think, if I just compare that, so that was the original bag in the pinks and the purples. But you can see a different feel. It's a much cooler shade. Out there, it gives a different feel, a different vibe there. Now, I mean, I could have it going on like that. Doesn't matter. So that's the beauty of it. You get such variety, such different colours. You get the warm tones, you get the cooler tones, you get this vibrant tone. It's entirely up to you how you want to work it. Now, this is the length here, the handle here is the length of one strip. Now, I could have cut that in half and had two smaller handles, but I wanted a messenger bag effect. That's what I wanted. But it could also just go like that. And again, that pocket, so that I have to have a pocket for my phone and everything. All of this, all of the fabric from the Joel Dewberry that you've seen, so the quilted bag, the quilted nappy bag, if you want to call it whatever, or the picnic rug bag, whatever you want to call that, that and these two bags, and I've got plenty left over, all out of one design roll. Really beautiful, $57.95. If you love Joel Dewberry, if you absolutely love the vibrancy of his work, the colours of his work, for me, I went through and I was like, right, which are my favourite fabrics? So that's always been one of my favourite fabrics. And so I just wanted to make sure that I got my favourite ones sort of in prominent positions. So yeah, let me just show again this bag, and I haven't skimped anywhere, this bag. And there were lots of ways that I could have skimped, see, even on the base there. And so then I've got that base there, and then with a, you know, similar to the strap. And then you see at the sides, I've got two different fabrics. You're getting a lot. Now, that's one bag, and then there'll be a second bag, very similar, but just different colourways. So there'll be that. And then there was this. Now, here's the thing, okay? I didn't skimp, like really didn't skimp. And some of you are possibly shuddering at how non-skimpy I've been with this. But look, I sewed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 strips together. I sewed 12 strips, and then I cut off, once I worked out where I wanted the fold to be, I cut off 2 either side. There. And then I placed that onto a metre of white backing fabric, and then cut the shape out, then onto my wadding, cut it with a couple of inches all the way around so that I could then quilt it. Quilted a dream. I had to get my walking foot out, get the manual out, work out how that went on. You'll notice I always ask on quilting shows, do you have to use a walking foot? Because I'd never used one before. So I got my walking foot out, did all of that, and I just, get me with the technical terms, stitched in the ditch. So it's all quilted down there, but all of this Joel Dewberry, and look, all of this, all of the binding as well, all bound in Joel Dewberry, all of it. So 3 bags, effectively, with spare left over, all done. If you want to make your handles, just stitch 2 together and then turn them inside out. Press them, job done. Thank you very much for joining me this hour. You've got a pro next when it comes down to quilting. Joy will be here next hour. See you in a minute.
Join us on Facebook. Simply search for The Sewing Quarter and like our page for the latest news and more. When you spend £10 on your first purchase, you will receive this free sewing kit from The Sewing Quarter worth £14.99.
Okay, my name's Joy Edgington and I'm a tutor for patchwork and quilting. I run classes of all sizes and all abilities. I've been able to knit, sew and crochet just about all my life. I worked as a civil servant for 30 years but kept it up as a hobby in the meantime, and then moved into full-time teaching. Well, I like making anything new. I'm a bit bright and sparkly, anything that comes along new, I like to have a go at it. Fall in love with your rotary cutting equipment and learn how to use it really safely. The most favourite item that I've made is really difficult because I love everything that I've made, but I think the things that I enjoy the most is seeing the things that other people have made that I've helped to instil that love of sewing with them. Yeah, I think having the sewing quarters a great opportunity to expand patchwork and quilting and sewing in general within the local community, because we're bringing techniques and fabrics and tools into people's own homes, which is really important for people who maybe work or have got care responsibilities and can't get out to things like classes. One of the things I'm looking forward to most about the being involved with the Sewing Quarter is being able to look at all the new fabrics, the new tools and techniques that are coming along.
Join us for our second Facebook Live event with Lucy Brennan on the 20th of April at 12:30 p.m. Lucy Brennan comes from a family of quilters and started making and selling scrunchies to her schoolmates at just 6 years old. Lucy is super busy as she now runs a blog as well as teaching sewing and quilting classes and bringing her passion to us at Sewing Quarter with wonderful projects and inspirational techniques. So, join the conversation by logging on to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Sewing Quarter and put your questions live to Lucy on Thursday, the 20th of April at 12:30 p.m.
Happy Easter, welcome to the Sewing Quarter. We are halfway through our morning here. Gosh, where does the time go? So we've got a show for you today. Quilt as you go. Some of you have already gone crazy for this. We've had it on twice, I think, before, maybe even 3 times. But it's sold out every single time. We've got a fresh new pattern for you with the Quilt as you go kits today. This, here we go, is what we're making. But first, let me tell you about a giveaway that we've got for you. So if anybody buys between Easter Friday through to Good Friday through to Easter Monday, you will automatically be put into a prize draw. So no matter how much you've spent, whether it's 50p or £500, doesn't matter, or anywhere in between that, then you will automatically go into a prize draw, and we are giving away 4 bundles worth over £25 of surprise fabrics. So you'll get a beautiful little box like this, full of beautiful fabrics. T's and C's all online. If you want to go and read the fine print, then do. But this hour, we are all about quilting as you go, and this is one of the designs that we've brought to you. Well, we're bringing it to you today. So a slightly more masculine feel. Last time, I think the last time that we bought it was me and Angie. I think it was on a Monday morning or something like that. And absolutely flew. I think it sold out in like 20 minutes. But it was a bright pink. It was all the pinks. And this one, more muted, more masculine colours. So what we've got for you today, a plain. Sometimes, do you know what? Plain just does the trick, doesn't it? Absolutely does the trick. So what we've done, and again, with your fat quarter bundles again, we've got 2 for you. So we've got the Iris fat quarter bundle. This is what it looks like. So you can see that gorgeous. It's a tonal rainbow, isn't it, of colour. That's what I love about this. You've got everything from your deep teals. You've got a navy in there. You've got your purple sort of aubergine colours as well, through to your greens and your lighter shades of teal. Again, a blue and then a white in there. All of those, 8 of these, are you ready? £9.95. That is a squidge over £1 a fat quarter. Hello, yes. So there we go. If you want your blues and your teals, grab that one. But what about the beautiful rose bundle? How beautiful and feminine is this? So this is your rose bundle here. And look at these colours. So again, a dusky tone, again $9.95, great price on this. This is a proper stash booster. Even if you're just using this for a lining in a bag, get that injection of colour. Actually, this would work quite beautifully with your tildes because it's got that dusky, romantic kind of shabby chic tone to it. So you've got all of those colours through there. Your 8-piece fat quarter bundle there, $9.95. Just crazy. Look at this. This is what you're getting for that money. This is your great value for money bundle, isn't it? You know, we like to bring you all your designer stuff, but we also know, you know, that you also want your basics, your pure colours that are just going to work. And gosh, they do. Look at all of these working just beautifully together. I love that you get the different tones of white, cream, stone. They're all on there. So if we take a little travel up there, you can just see all those different colours. Isn't that just gorgeous? So they complement. Great as a... Just get it in your stash. Absolutely, pop it in your stash. How beautiful is that? Oh, it's yummy, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. So if you're after that rose bundle, $9.95. Now, we had a sneaky mention of the Quilt-As-You-Go. Now this is, so Quilt-As-You-Go comes in many different forms, and we've brought you various ones over the last couple of weeks. Each is sold out, but this is your mosaic magic that we've got for you today. I love this one. I love it in the plains, actually. Really love this in the plains. Look at that. Absolutely fab. Grab it while you can. Now to talk us through the Quilt-As-You-Go, we've got Joy back. Hey, Joy.
Hello again.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Excellent. Now, you are a traditional quilter.
Yes.
You teach quilting.
I do.
Quilting is your thing.
Yes. Yes.
But this is a very different way of quilting, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
So, for me,
Okay.
now, as a pro, this probably doesn't even come into your radar, but the idea of quilting a massive bit, and it's the quilting. The patchworking bit I don't worry about now.
Yes. Good.
Now.
Good.
Okay, my points can get sharper. I'm learning. But for me, the idea of having created, say, a single or a double or a king-size quilt, and then having to actually quilt it, I don't know if my machine would even cut. It might just combust. I don't know. But this, you do one panel at a time and then attach them together. So you don't have all that bulk trying to send through your machine.
No.
It's a very different way of doing things, isn't it?
It is. Quilt-As-You-Go is one of our most popular courses, actually. We do different Quilt-As-You-Go's, but yeah, it's one of the most popular courses. For that reason, people are so worried about trying to fit a huge quilt into their small machine and just dealing with the sheer bulk of it.
But, you know, that's the other thing is, you know, even on a smaller scale, my quilted nappy bag, mat, whatever you want to call it, that I did, I'd sewn them all together and then basted top and actually I used a spray, got those nice. But it's then quite daunting because you've done the hard work, you've done the patchwork and it looks lovely. Yes. And then you've got to actually stitch over it again. What happens if it goes wrong? But actually with this, you're never faced with that daunting prospect, are you? Because it's all done. It's all done in one go.
All done as we go. Yes.
So in the pack, it's kind of quilting by numbers. It tells you exactly where to go. You get your batting, which you can see on here, has the marks already printed on it.
Yes.
So it's if you're a visual learner, this is absolutely great. Now, this shows you here, I think, Joy, you did exactly that one, didn't you?
Pretty much,
But you can do either of those within this as well. Now, the one thing that it does suggest... Now, yeah, do pop this in your basket because the last 2 times this is sold out. It's just $8.95. Please do check out your basket. LCEQ40. The other thing to pop in your basket, because it does say in the instructions to get the best results, because obviously you don't iron it once the material's on.
No.
So your preparation with your material with this is key.
Yeah, if you can use the starch or the fast press spray that we've got here, which is the same sort of thing, it really helps to give some body to the fabric, so that when we're going to be finger pressing everything as we go, so that really helps to get them nice and sharp.
So best press, this is what they recommend that you use with the quilt, $4.95. Again, last time, this is the first time we've bought the lavender one.
It's beautiful.
It
smells really
Should we have
nice.
a quick... Oh, it smells amazing.
Yes, yes.
I love lavender.
If you need calming down, do some ironing with that, and the lavender will calm you down.
So what you've got in here is your starch spray. It smells amazing. So as you're quilting away, it's going to smell amazing. But what it does, it puts that body back into the fabric so you can finger press.
Yes.
And so rather than having... This is the way for me to quilt, isn't it? No ironing, finger pressing, perfect, job done.
Yeah. No big quilt to worry about at the end.
Perfect. I can absolutely see why this sells out every time. Now, your best press spray, again, every time is sold out as well. So please do grab this. It's $4.95, YGEQ50. That's for the lavender. First time we bought the lavender. We've had other sprays. There's not a huge amount in stock, so please do grab it. And they do recommend, if you're quilting as you go, that you get both.
Definitely.
Cool.
Definitely.
Now, quilting you go... The Quilt-As-You-Go is now low in stock as well. I knew this would happen.
Should we just go home now?
Well,
no, maybe not.
There's an Easter egg with our name on it out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, no, you can't eat chocolate. There's an Easter egg
Yeah,
out
but I
there
could
with
watch
my
you.
name on it. You could watch me eat it. I'll make you a cup of tea. It'll be fine. Join effort. Now, the other thing to say is, you know how we bought you the beautiful rose fat quarter?
Yes.
If you're using that for the front,
Yes.
we did actually pick out the cappuccino to go with it as well.
Yeah.
So this is your cappuccino. This has worked really well with the dashwood that we bought the first hour. Half a metre comes in at £3.25. That's a half a metre of your dashwood. Oh, it's not your dashwood. Your Macawa cappuccino.
Yeah.
£3.25. How big's the quilt?
Now there's a good question, because it depends how many packs you buy.
Oh, because that's the thing, isn't it? If you want a bigger one, buy 2 packs and just keep on adding on.
Yeah. If we I've just got the front
Over to you,
piece
Joy.
here.
You tell us.
The pack does 6 panels, which will give you a quilt 24 by 36.
That's inches. What's
In
that
inches.
in your whole new centimetres?
Oh, it's almost a metre long.
Almost a metre long, okay.
And it's just over half a metre wide.
So you'd need 2 units of your cappuccino.
The 6 makes roughly a cot quilt size.
Oh, okay.
So 1 pack's roughly a cot quilt size. To go up to something like a single bed, maybe, you'd want probably 4 packs.
Okay.
So that you can do, 4 by 6.
61 by 94. 91. Oh, so 60 by 91 centimetres is what you're getting in 1 pack for $8.95.
Yes.
Now, we did okay, it's sold out. Well done if you got it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I told you, didn't I? I told you it'd be really, really fast.
Gone before we start.
So if you've got it in your basket, please do. You're not guaranteed it. There are more of you sat with it in your basket than we have stock of it. So if you are after it, check out your basket now, because I can't guarantee. That's the only way to guarantee it. Yes. Or give us a call, 0800 112 4433. There we go.
Do you think people are building up a set of all the different patterns?
I'd love to know. Let us know.
Yes.
I wouldn't like to presume.
No, but if they're building up the set, that'd be good to know.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Ooh. Hey, then you could quilt them all together, couldn't you?
You could. You could mix them all up.
Amazing. If you've grabbed your quilt as you go, congratulations, well done on getting that. It has now sold out. I'm sorry, we're going to have to...
We're going to have to get a truckload.
Yeah, no, yeah. There are 6 that are left, if you want, but there are so many of you with them in your basket. So if you want one of those 6, please check out your basket because it's effectively sold out.
Okay.
When you get this home, what do we start with?
Okay, when we get home then, first thing to do is open up your wadding pack with your pre-printed design on.
And congratulate yourself on being quick enough to get it.
Yes, I've got it. It just gives you some very basic information on here, like the size of the quilt, and it gives you a sort of quick visual on what to expect from it when you open it up. Okay?
Okay.
Then there's also, put that over there somewhere.
Oh, I see the highlighter pen. I don't. Each of our guests have their own little intricacies.
This is mine.
This is yours. Yeah, Jo Carter is that she always has the washable pen.
Okay.
That's always,
Yeah.
and so I come in and there'll be a bunny face down on the radiator because she's washed its face of all the pen and stuff.
Oh,
so everybody has their own little intricacies, and yours is your highlighter pen.
Yes.
I'm very pleased to see this out today. Why has the highlighter pen come out today?
Okay, these are all the instructions.
Right.
But the first thing to point out on here is that there is also a video
Oh,
that you
okay.
can go and watch. Pick it up online.
Right.
To show you if you need that extra sort of looking power. Okay, so I've gone through and I've sort of highlighted what I think are the key things that I need to bear in mind for myself. The first thing down here is saying that the cutting instructions are per block.
Okay, so if you've got, was it 6 blocks?
There's
So you'd
6
have
in
to
there.
cut that 6 times.
Yes, if you're doing all 6, because you might only want to do 1 and do it as a cushion panel or something, but if you're doing all 6, you need to cut that amount of pieces out 6 times. Okay, so that's quite important to know because otherwise you run out. It also tells you about using the spray starch because that helps to reduce the distortion and give you that really nice crisp finger pressing as you're going along. So it does give you that in here.
Okay.
Now this particular pattern, we have to pre-piece some of the pieces before we add them onto our quilt as you go. So it gives you the pre-piecing instructions there, and again some nice little diagrams. Talks to you about...
That looks quite similar to what we were doing earlier.
A little bit. This is a flying goose block, so slightly different. I'll show you how to do a flying goose.
I love the names.
Yeah. My daughter-in-law calls them quacking ducks. Because she can never remember what it's called.
Do you think they're called flying geese? You know the ones that you used to get up the stairs? You know, that series of flying geese up the stairs? Maybe that, I don't know.
I think it's because they always fly in a V-shaped formation.
Yes, they do, don't they?
And I
to
think
save
it's
time and effort for the old geese.
At the back.
Yeah. I'll be the one hanging out back. Like, yeah, it's all right. I'll get there in a minute. It's fine.
Okay. Now it sort of tells you in here about pressing, and down here it tells you now you can press the block. So I've just handwritten in here, do not press, because it's so easy. You just get carried away. Oh, I'll go and give that a quick press. Really easy to do if you're used to doing it. So. Big red, big and red. Don't do it.
No,
don't do
step
it.
away from the iron. That's not a hardship for me. That's fine. Yeah.
And then over on the back, you've got all the joining instructions for how to join those blocks together, which is the actual Quilt-As-You-Go methodology, which we're going to have a little look at.
Built block by block. This is the beauty of it.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. So we've got all that on there, and again, some really nice diagrams.
Is the methodology the same? So once you've done one quilt as you go, you can do the others in terms of sort of joining the blocks together.
There are different ways of doing it. This is one way, and it's very similar to the way that I teach in class, but I actually go through 3 different methods.
Okay.
So there are different ways.
If you had some of the other patterns and you wanted to join, you would join them in the same way.
Yes,
so that is uniform throughout.
Yes.
I'm going to leave you to just take a look through that. I'm just going to go and get the fabrics.
Okay.
Because lots of you going crazy for the fabrics.
Well, they can't buy the Quilt-As-You-Go one because it's gone.
It's gone. It's gone. Absolutely.
Have you run away with them?
No, I'm back.
We'll be in trouble, you know.
Well, might change a habit of a lifetime for me. I'm always in trouble. Here we go. This is your pink here. This is your rosy pinks. Look at those. Ooh, beautiful Hello. So that's your fat quarter bundle there. 8 of those for £9.95. Very, very popular, very busy for that. Now you see, you know, we said about the cappuccino. Can you see why we chose it? Because look, it just goes with all those tones. So if you are after a backing fabric, go for that cappuccino. It's only $3.25 a half metre. Yes. Or even if you're just using these for, you know, different crafty projects. Yep. And you want, you know, you just want something that's going to go.
And you're going to need something to make the sashing that goes in between the blocks as
well,
there you go. To join them together. So
how much of that would I need?
It's all in the instructions here.
Okay. Yeah, go on. You find that while I waft around the blues.
Yeah, the sashings and the bindings. It says on here, light blue, 3/4 of a yard, so 3/4 of a metre.
So grab yourself 2 units.
Yeah.
Now this is your iris. Love this. Ooh, I like.
It's very jewel-like, I thought.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. You'll see me wear these blues a lot. I just love them. No, I mean, we've had these. They're frail. We should have pinking sheared these, shouldn't we? That would have been more sensible.
Yes.
But, hey-ho.
But we haven't.
We've loved them a lot. Hey, look at this. Just beautiful. So if you're after your fat quarter bundle, boost that stash. Look at that. All of those there for £9.95. Beautiful. They will come to you beautifully wrapped like that.
You see, I like those on the shelf.
Just
like a bookcase with all the different colours.
You see, you are one of those people that would have a fabric strip roll thing and not open it because it looks pretty.
Yeah. I don't open fat quarter bundles either very often.
Joy, joy, joy.
Well, what's the point in having a sewing room with a sewing cupboard unless you fill it up with lots of
But then what are you going to sew with? Do you then buy other stuff to sew with?
I'm not commenting. On the grounds I might incriminate myself.
Amazing.
Actually, that's one of the worst things about teaching people all the time because they bring in all the beautiful fabrics. I want one of those and one of those.
Yeah, 6 of those. Thank you very much. Sorry, we digress because I got a bit carried away with pretty fabrics. What are we looking at? Okay, so where did we get to on here?
So, you'll notice this comes not coloured in, and I've coloured it in.
Yes.
Because when you get down to here and it's telling you about the different pieces to cut out, it's referencing the numbers on your diagram. So I found it was helpful to colour in the pieces in the colours that I was going to use.
Yes, good idea.
So I've coloured mine in, but you don't have to worry about going over the lines when you're doing it for yourself, which is good. So you get all the instructions in there. Then the first thing you need to do when you open your pack of the wadding is you need to separate it because it comes in one big sheet with all 6 printed on. Question?
Is it, no, I was just going to say, so you have to cut an inch, don't you?
Yeah, I was just going to say, it tells you on here, on the instructions, that you are cutting an inch away from the printed line. So if I just pop this onto here, you can see there the inch line, and we've trimmed it to an inch back.
Yes.
There's 2 inches between each one. So
you just basically just cut down the middle.
Yeah, there's a good guide there for you to follow. When you've cut it out, you'll see that you've got all the numbers printed on, which is the same as on your diagram, and it's the same numbers that they're referring to.
It's quite satisfying, isn't it? Yes.
As you said, paint by numbers, but for quilting.
I used to love painted by numbers when I was a kid. Absolutely love it. So maybe this is the way for me to get into quilting.
Could be.
Well done on getting the best press. That has now sold out as well.
There's not a surprise.
This morning, I know. Well, the two go hand in hand, so it wasn't really a surprise.
No, the spray is really useful for all sorts of projects, whether it's this or something else. So that's good. Then you need to cut your backing into squares, and again it tells you exactly what size to cut. And because this is has got a fusible side to it.
Yes.
In fact, both sides are fusible, but it's a fusible side to it. You lay your back in with the right side facing upwards on the top, and you need to press it. Now, when you're pressing, you need to be quite careful because it is a polyester wadding.
Okay.
And normally the two things
you don't
don't
want
go
to end
together
up like cardboard. So just very, very lightly press on a cool
hold
heat.
it lightly. You need steam. It tells you to use steam, so you need a fairly warm heat with steam, but just sort of hover it over and be patient. It's not, you know, one sort of pass over with the iron isn't going to have time to react with the fusible to make it stick on. This one, if I just show you this one, if you go too heavy-handed, you can see you end up with a very thin, papery sort of wadding.
Yeah, no, we did this to show you just to be careful.
Yeah.
So you know you don't.
That's what you don't do.
You don't do that. So do follow the instructions. Use the steam function, but don't go crazy on it. We don't want you getting it home and then being too heavy-handed and then being disappointed. We want you to get the best results. So if we warn you. And again, it's just because it's a polyester wadding. It would happen with any polyester wadding.
Absolutely.
Okay,
but it's worth knowing that because in the excitement of doing things, we all want to get in. And
I love that your excitement involves a little dance.
Oh, yes. Okay. So then you've got to go and cut out your pieces.
Right.
So.
Oh, out of the pretty rose.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I knew you liked the pink, you see. So I thought I'd do this. So. Again, in here, it gives you...
You do know that I like pink,
I
don't
do,
you?
I do. You see, we've worked together too long, obviously.
I know.
So these are basically, you know, all the shapes that you're going to be cutting out. So quite straightforward. It tells you down here, it'll say to cut a square and cut it in half or into 4 to get the right size triangles. We've got some squares here. Some rectangles. This is our big centre square.
Right.
And this particular pattern, this is where if you've got a really nice big pattern that you wanted to showcase, you could pop that in the middle really easily. And then a rectangle here, and it tells you where to measure down and where to cut to get your trapezoid shape.
Okay.
So everything's absolutely there, ready for you. So you need to get all those cut out. It's just a case then of remembering which colours are which is where
Which is why you've colour-coded. Excellent.
Yes.
Tracy's messaged in, thank you. I love this. She's like you. Didn't want an Easter egg. So she's got the Quilt-As-You-Go bundle. Good on you.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, and then have a good quilt. It's going to last you longer.
Yeah, it's a really good dieting tip. Every time you fancy a cream cake, go and buy a fat quarter instead. It works well.
Well, yeah, it does. You're lovely and slim, so you're onto something there.
I do both. Because I'm naughty, but there you go. So we've got all our pieces cut out. Now, in here, I mentioned earlier on, we've got to do the pre-piecing.
Oh, yes.
We need to make these units up first. So what we need to make 2 units up effectively. Our flying geese, which is this one here, this is our pointy bit. I've got
because they're all flying in the same direction.
Yep, and we use 2 of those on either side of the block. And then the other 2, we need to add some triangles to.
Yeah.
And another one on the top to make it all fit in. So I've got here ready to make up a flying geese unit, because if you've not done it before, then it's worth having a little look.
Now, Joy used, when she made the one that we've made up already is the iris, but we're now using the rose fat quarter bundle. So $9.95 for your rose fat quarter bundle. Ooh, there it is. Looking uber gorgeous. Oh, hang on, that's my cappuccino. Let's get that out of the way. You have to buy that separately. There we go. That is what you're getting. Comes as a bundle like that, and it's something a bit special. Good job I've got long arms, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really.
Yeah, gosh. Oh, go gadget arms,
The only
me.
difficult thing is choosing which 4 colours to use.
Yeah. Look at that.
You like that?
There's something a bit satisfying about that, isn't it? It's a rainbow of pink.
Yes.
And I love that. That makes me really happy. Isn't it funny what makes people happy? But that graduation of colour makes me so happy. It can make you happy too for just $9.95. Under a tenner. Whoop, whoop. And don't forget you'll be going into our prize draw if you're buying that today.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes. We can't go in the prize draw.
Boo!
That's okay.
Yay! Right, okay. Let's have a look then at this. So this is the rose fat quarter bundle that we're using here.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
So I'm going to make this flying goose unit up for you.
Yeah.
Start off with a small rectangle and a square.
Yeah.
And I've drawn a line corner to corner.
I think that's what I meant by this felt like the earlier.
Yes,
things
drawing lines.
We've drawn a diagonal line, and I'm comfortable with that now. Okay.
Good.
Yes.
Now, the only thing you've got to do now is make sure you put it the right way round. So we want it pointing from one corner of the rectangle to the middle of the rectangle. If we don't do that, our geese will get a bit lost. Okay, so place it on, line up the corners. Now we're going to stitch exactly on the line.
On the line.
On the line this
Okay.
time. Earlier on we were stitching at the side of the line.
Yeah, but now we're going on the line.
We're going on the line.
Brilliant.
Yeah, okay.
And I've got some exciting news. Whilst you stitch on the line,
Yes.
I've got some exciting news for you. Now, normally throughout the hour, I have producer Paul chatting away in my ear. He's been very quiet for the last 10 minutes, which is suspicious, to be fair. I always worry, and I generally think that things aren't working. But no, actually, he's been squirreling away upstairs, and what he's managed to get put on the show for you is this. Woohoo! Now, this is a different variation of the Quilt-As-You-Go, but it is Quilt-As-You-Go. So, it's the only other one that we've got. It's $11.95. It's the London Labyrinth. It's a bit special. Look at that. So, if you watch Joy and you grab this, it's going to be a different pattern, but things like how to join the blocks together are all going to be the same. All the information is in the pack. It's all in there. It's $11.95, XREQ69. This is the only other Quilt-As-You-Go that we've got in the building. That's it then.
Gone.
Because the other two, in fact, that's well, we haven't actually got it in the building. It's in the warehouse. This is the only way we can show it is with a picture, because you bought the rest. Woo! So we didn't want you to be disappointed if you're after a Quilt-As-You-Go quilt, then that's the only one that we've got left to offer you. So we've had 3 now that we've brought to air, and they've all sold out.
Fabulous.
So if you're after a Quilt-As-You-Go, go, no, I don't want an egg, I just want a Quilt-As-You-Go, and it's sold out. So this isn't the one that we're working.
That's a bit dramatic.
Look, do you know what? It could be. Could be.
It could.
Yeah.
It could. It could ruin somebody's Easter.
It could, and drama school's not lost on me. $11.95 for your London Labyrinth Quilt-As-You-Go. It's not the one that we're doing today, but it is the only one that we've got. Oh, you're kidding me. You've got to check out your basket. What are you doing to me this morning? You've got to check out your basket. Do not just leave it in your basket. Check it out, because otherwise you will be sobbing. Because it will be gone. And this is like the other one. It's absolutely flying geese out.
Flying geese out. Okay, I've stitched on the line.
On the line,
On the line, yep. And now I need to trim away. And I'm going to trim this outer corner away. So again, when you line up your 1/4 inch line on the line of stitching, make sure it's that outer piece that you're cutting away. Okay, then we can whiz this over.
Oh, whiz. Oh, nice.
Yeah, okay. And now we need to do exactly the same on the bottom left-hand corner. So again, starting at the corner, pointing to the centre.
Do I press this? Can I press this at this point?
Do you want to press?
No, I just because I can remember when because
Yes.
you've highlighted in pink.
Yes. At this stage,
Do
you
not
can.
press,
Once
but
you're
this stage you
anywhere
can.
near that wadding, don't press. We could press this, but if we've used our spray nicely, and when you're using the spray,
Spray nicely.
spray nicely.
Spray nicely,
yes.
children. Spray
Yes.
nicely.
When you spray it on, allow it a few seconds to soak into the fabric.
Okay.
Because that's what helps give it its body. If you've done that, then you'll see it just finger creases really nice and sharply. So we're going to place this one on and we're going to go up to top. Don't try and put that one on without opening that out.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
No.
It doesn't work. So
No,
make
don't
sure
do
you've
that.
opened it out.
Okay. Oh, look, then you get the little crossover. Look, let me show you the
That's
little
right.
crossover. So this is your rose fabric, by the way, if you're after the rose fabric. So this is the crossover that we're getting there. Now, $9.95, HQGQ56. Bargain material. Look at it. Wow. Look at this. How beautiful is it? This just makes me so happy. Look at this veritable rainbow of colour going on here. Oh, yes. All of these, all 8 tones. Not that one. That sneaky cappuccino keeps trying to get in on the action, isn't it?
It's determined to go home with somebody.
It really is. Here we go. This is your 8 fat quarter bundle. Whack it in your stash. $9.95.
Yes.
HQGQ56 for your rose.
Okay. So, yeah, we've got our flying geese. We need to have that point 1/4 inch away from the edge.
Okay.
Because that will be lost in our seam allowance when we
Okay.
add it on to the next
Right.
piece. And this unit, we just need to add in our triangles on the side here.
Right. Awesome. These are all coming together a treat.
Yes.
What do we do with these little triangular bits here that we've cut off?
Well,
Do they get used elsewhere?
they
Or do
don't
just
get
go into your stash.
They don't get used in the quilt that we're doing. However, a little trick is when you sew on the line, if you sewed 1/2 inch away as well,
Then you've got some little pre-prepared ones.
you'll have some little dinky
Diddly biddly
little
ones.
half square triangle units.
Awesome.
Okay. So we've got our units all put together, ready to add on to our quilt.
Right.
So here's one I've started.
Here's one Joy started earlier. These colours just gorgeous. Here we go. This is your rose. These are all the colours. How did you choose, Joy?
It was quite hard actually because I liked all of them. But I decided I wanted to pick up this brownie colour,
Yes.
tan colour. I don't know what colour we're calling it. Whatever colour it is, that colour.
Taupe.
Taupe?
I don't know. Let's say that.
Whatever. I wanted to pick that one up because I think that contrasts really nicely with the pinks.
Yes.
And I wanted to use the deep pink.
Yes.
So I started with those two.
Yes.
And then looking at it, you thought, well, the way it is to get this sort of oblong circle going around it, you need something really contrasting. So then I thought, well, okay, the cream's going to do.
Oh, it's going to do that and bring a freshness as well, isn't
Yes.
it?
So, yeah.
It's just beautiful. Under £10. Pop it in your basket. Look at that. Look at the colours. Even if you never use it, if you like you just have it there, looking beautiful. A nice little present for someone for under a tenner. Is it too early for Secret Santas?
No, never too early for Secret Santa.
Secret Easter bunnies.
Yeah. Yeah.
$9.95. I feel like I've championed the pink there, and it's
You
not
need to
true
go to
because
this
yeah,
one.
well, you know, it's like children, isn't it? You can't favour one without the other. Producer Paul says here's the favourite. I couldn't possibly comment. Here we go. This is your iris collection. You see, these are my wearing colours. Love these.
But if you made a quilt out of those, we wouldn't be able to find you.
No, you wouldn't, no. I'd be like a chameleon on set. Absolutely gorgeous. A more masculine tone, if you will. But I think you could get the pink and the iris and mix and match.
Oh, yes,
I
definitely.
think very
Yeah,
easily
the
there.
colours,
Yeah, they
go
could cross
between.
over, couldn't they? Yes. Under a tenner again. FHGQ53. It comes to you like that. We ironed them like that. There may be a bit of a small queue on the line. We've been busy this morning. Right.
It's all that chocolate people are eating. It's encouraging them to...
Encouraging
them to
yes.
Okay. Now, we're going to sew this on. I've put these two on ready in place. When you stitch it on, we're not stitching on the line.
No.
No, the line is just a guide for where to put your pieces to.
Right.
Okay? And sometimes when you flap them back, you might see that there's a little bit of a gap before the line.
Do I panic?
No, it's just the puffiness of the wadding. So just ease it up to the line and pop a couple of pins in if you need to hold it there.
Okay.
Then I'm going to place the next one on. So we've done 1, 2, 3, number 4 and number 5. Let's do it in the right order.
So you go opposites, don't you? It sort of works in opposites.
Just follow the
on
numbers.
This.
Follow the numbers on here and you can't go wrong.
By numbers, Quilt-As-You-Go. What a brilliant concept.
So I'm going to place this on and I'm going to pop a couple of pins in just to hold it in place. I'm not going to pin all the way through because that'll distort the whole thing. It's too thick. I'm just going to pop a pin in through the fabric on the top and just into the wadding like that.
Okay.
Okay. Now I can take it to my machine. Now we need to do a 1/4 inch seam allowance. The beauty of this is because it's all fused down, you don't need to worry about your walking foot. If you haven't got a walking foot with a 1/4 inch on, you can just go to your normal machine, normal foot for 1/4 inch. And
now,
then
if you want to use your walking foot, then do.
Yeah, some walking feet you can get with a 1/4 inch marker on them, so you know where your 1/4 inch seam is.
I think mine does.
It might well do.
Now I've actually, got out and used it.
Yep. So I'm just going to stitch that. So I'm stitching through all the layers.
Right.
The 2 fabrics on the top that is making the front of the block.
Yep.
And the wadding. And also, sorry, it's just got a bit caught there. There's my scissors. If you've got a sharp, pointy bit on your guide, it can sometimes pick up
it's
bits
sort
of
of
wadding.
Grabbing that wadding as it goes.
Yeah. See, it doesn't want to do it, does it?
There you go. Do you want to just push it down with that?
Yeah, it's actually because it's a really sharp, pointy bit. It's got itself completely jammed.
Bogged down. Let me show you the fabrics then whilst you sort
please
it
do.
out.
I'll sort this
Here
out.
we go. Let me show you the iris here, which is down there, £9.95, down the bottom of this. Oh, it's gone. It's back in a second. Oh, look! Oh, he's going to bring it up to the full screen for you. There we go. Joy's busy going again. Now, that is your iris bundle, £9.95. Now, Joy and I had fun before the shows. We've had fun during the shows, don't get me wrong, but before the shows as well. We went through our massive, great big stash of Spectrum solids, and we picked out, because if you're doing the quilt, then you might want to buy a solid. Now, this goes with both our bundles. This is here. This is your cappuccino. It's £3.25 per half a metre. So it just blends in a treat. It's letting the colours do the talking, and it's just going, hey, I'm there for you. I'm not going to take over and steal the show. I'm there for you. It's great. Now, that works with the iris. If you want it with the rose, it's going to work with the rose as well. So you can just see there. It just, like we say, we struggled to find a pink because we thought, oh, we'll just go and find a pink that would go. But because these are sort of dusky shades, it needed a dusky plain. And so that's what we've given you with that cappuccino. So again, £3.25 for your cappuccino, £9.95 for your 8 fat quarter pieces there.
Okay. We're back on
Lots
track.
of you getting in touch, thank you very much, by the way. If you don't know how to get in touch, then it's on the website, sewingquarter.com. Click on watch. And then underneath is message the studio. If you've got lots to say, email us, which is studio@sewingquarter.com. And then underneath there, is typing. Sewingquarter.com, there you go. And then underneath, everything we've had on the show today. This is your fast track shopping list down here. There you go, that's everything.
Okay?
As we were, Joy.
Good. So got it sewn on.
Yes.
And now I'm just going to fold it back, finger crease it down, and you'll see it comes up.
It comes
to
up
the
to the line.
And
awesome.
then we're going to go in and do exactly the same
Right.
on the other side. And you just keep doing that until the whole block
Okay.
is done. Okay? So, here's one I made earlier. Well, two actually.
That strip of blue.
I know.
Can we borrow it? Just a
We're
second.
going to use it.
Are we? Are we?
We're going to use it.
Oh, brilliant. Because, okay, so here we go. I'm so excited. This is your rose, and it's absolutely beautiful, but under £10 for these, £9.95. Pop a couple in your basket, treat yourself, it's Easter. HQGQ56. But you get to this stage of your quilt, you've done 2 blocks. You've got to join them.
Yes, we've got to join them.
Otherwise, you've got 2 cushions.
That's right.
Which is fine if you want to have 2
6
cushions, by the way. Or 6
yes,
cushions, yes.
Okay. Right.
How do we do that then, Jo?
Okay, again, all in the instructions. This time it's on the reverse
Okay.
of the sheet. You're going to trim this back now to 1/2 inch beyond the printed line.
So it was 1 inch, now we're trimming it down to
so now
half
we're
an
trimming it
inch.
down to 1/2 inch.
Okay.
And I'm also used a water erasable pen, like this one here,
Yeah.
to draw those lines back in, because the fabric's just a little bit over in places, and we want to
Yes.
see where that line is.
Yes.
But I'm also, when you turn over, get rid of all the bits, you can see it's all fully quilted, and I've also drawn those lines on the back as well.
You know when you miss here? I go, Joey, why are you saying that's awfully quilted? I thought that looks really lovely. All fully quilted. It's like you do yourself a disservice.
Okay, yes, it's quilted on both sides.
I think it's lovely.
I think we need to get our ears syringed today. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
So I've used 2 different colours to show you.
So you're going to have a patch on the back as well?
I'm going to have patches on the back.
Nice.
Yes.
Quilted patches on the back. Oh, some of you asking about what? Oh, some of you having trouble adding things to your basket. Things may have sold out. Just give us a call. That's the quickest way. It's free to call. We wouldn't put you to the expense. But either refresh your browser. This is advice I'm being given. I wouldn't know about any of this. Refresh your browser. And if it says out of stock, obviously it's not there. But otherwise, the quickest way to find out, 0800 112 4433. Yay.
Job done.
Any trouble with any specific products, then just message producer Paul. He knows. He's like the all-knowing one.
Must be good to be a producer, knowing everything.
I know, it's great, isn't it? This is the thing. People think that the presenters lead the show. It's not. It's all producer-led. I'm like a puppet. Do as I'm told. Sometimes.
Okay. Right, so we've got these 2.
Yes.
And this is where you need to decide if you're going to follow the design on the pack or do things differently. So these are facing in different ways. If I turn it round, you can see they're both facing, facing the same way. So you need to make that decision at some point.
Okay.
Now,
I might want some going that way and then my next lot going that way.
yeah, you could do. You can please yourself.
You know when I said the iris set and the rose would work really prettily together? I didn't know you'd done this. But I think because they're all that dusky hue, they work.
Yes.
This makes me very happy.
That's why I didn't say anything. I knew it would be a surprise for you. Okay, so for the actual Quilt-As-You-Go then, you're going to need to cut 2 strips.
Okay.
Okay. Again, all the instructions are in there. You have a single strip, which is going to go onto the front of your block.
Yes.
And it's going to join the front. And then you have another strip, which you are going to fold in half and press it. And that's going to join the back.
The back. Okay.
So to do that, again, you can cut these down to exactly the right size. Before you put them on, or you can just leave them a little bit longer.
Okay.
Doing what it says on there, you'll see they come out right to the edges of the wadding.
Now, Isabel's saying she doesn't have a 1/4 inch foot or marking on her machine.
Okay.
Easy way around that, get some masking tape, measure it and put a strip of masking tape on your machine.
Yeah,
then you've always got it.
Or if your machine's got the capability of moving the needle position over,
yes,
then you could move your needle position over.
There's always a way.
Always a way. I didn't have a 1/4 inch foot on my machine when I very first started, and I didn't understand why the teacher at the time looked at me as though I'd grown 3 heads. I very quickly found out.
Yeah. Do you know what? With my very first patchwork, I didn't really know why.
No,
I figured that if I stuck to the same seam allowance throughout, I would get a look. But with this, it is about that 1/4 of an inch.
Got
Do
to be a
use your
1/4
of an inch
Definitely.
with your Quilt-As-You-Go, because otherwise it's not all going to match up and marry as beautifully as this.
So I've pinned the single one onto the front.
Yes.
Now I'm going to turn it over.
Right.
And I'm going to pin the folded one to the reverse.
Ooh.
But I need to make sure that my fold is pointing into the middle of the block, so all the raw edges go together.
Okay.
And I'm not pinning it onto the end.
No.
I'm pinning it again.
On the line.
On the line, so that we're doing a lot of line work today, aren't we?
Yeah,
On
I know.
the line, off the line,
And
either
you know,
side
if my
of the line.
husband's watching, he will be giggling because there's a movie called The Intern, and I think that's what it is. It's a comedy where these couple of guys go and intern. I think it's meant to be like somewhere like Google or something like that.
Okay.
And one of them just gets all the terms wrong, and instead of saying online, it's on the line, and then they're all going, it's online, not on the line, and that's what it always makes me giggle. So if I giggle, I'm just giggling to myself.
That's good, you can giggle.
Yeah.
So now I've got the folded one pinned on the back and the single one pinned on the front to the line. That's why it's important to have that line drawn.
On the line.
Both. Oh,
so on the line, Joy. On the line.
So we will now.
Whilst you stitch that straight line,
yes,
let's look at the blue, because now we really can see that the iris and the rose work so beautifully together. Thank you, Joy, for showing us that. For under £10, treat yourself. It's about the same cost as an egg. Here we go. There we go. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. So, 8 fat quarter pieces for $9.95 today. Gorgeous. Bright, vivid, lovely. Now, you see, this is the thing, isn't it, with solids. Patterns, some say, might go out of fashion. Colour doesn't go out of fashion, does it? Colour's a colour. Nice solid colour.
They just change, don't they?
Yeah. But if you have a favourite colour, you've got a favourite colour. Yes. These are my favourite. This is like heaven for me, because these are all my colours. All my colours. They're all my colours.
They're all yours.
They're all mine.
Okay.
Precious. So back to the rose, $9.95 again for the rose. But I think we're starting to see they really work. Because look, you see, tonally. Oh, look. Oh, hello.
That's good.
Look at those. Oh, yeah. Rose is most popular, but you can see tonally they work. This makes me happy.
They do. So I've stitched my 1/4 inch.
On the line.
Well, no, I'll stitch it 1/4 inch away from the line, actually. Behave. I shall have to report you to producer Paul else.
Oh, yeah, I've already been told it, don't worry. Yeah.
So basically you end up with like a bit of a hinge.
Yeah.
Okay. And what we need to do now is to join this onto here.
Okay.
So we're going to place our blocks right sides together.
Right.
We're now going to put the single strip on the line of the next block. The things you have to work with.
Well, me?
I always thought it was supposed to be animals and children we were supposed to avoid working
Just like
with.
a large
not
child.
presenters.
Sorry, Joy, I'm here to support you and enable you.
You are doing a grand job.
It's Easter.
It
We're allowed some fun.
We don't care, do we? Okay, so I've lined this up on the line of the next one, and I'm going to pop some pins in here, like so. And then I'm going to stitch that.
Oh, look at those colours, they work so well. This makes me so happy. Now, if you're... no, really, this as well. Have you got anything left? I don't know. I've been ravaged this hour. If you are after these incredible fat quarter bundles at less than £10 for 8 fat quarters, please check out your baskets. It's all going. It's all going. It's all going. Do you know, I'm expecting a knock on the door any minute and a swarm of people in to rip these from us, because it's the only way to get it. Well, don't give out the address, George.
No, like I said, we've got one here, but we're not telling.
We'll be frisking everyone as they leave to make sure that they haven't got it.
I'm just making sure I'm pushing this wadding down really firmly at the start of the foot to stop it getting trapped again.
Okay. Presumably, if you had your walking foot on, that wouldn't be happening, or would it?
It doesn't normally happen on these. It's just that this one's
got an edge.
Got a particularly sharp edge on it. We haven't worn it out yet. So.
Oh, somebody's asked the fabric bundles. What size are they? They are 54 by 45 centimetres. That's Judith. There you go, Judith. They are for your fat quarters, and they are 100% cotton.
So now,
yes, this works. Look at that.
Nicely joined up.
Yes.
And on the back, you'll see that the two pieces lie nice and flat next to each other.
Nice.
We can bring...
Oh, hang on, what do I do with that?
Just flap it over like that.
Yep.
And then we can just hand stitch it down all the way down.
I can cope with that.
Okay.
I can do a bit of hand stitching.
Yep. So just
that
a
works
nice little
for me.
slip stitch all the way down.
So you're going to have on the front this beautiful patchwork affair, and then on the back a big old patchwork too. I like this. I can see why it's gone crazy out there.
Yeah.
Out there in Easterland.
To do when you've got your twos together, you've got to join them together.
Yeah.
Exactly the same principle, but you just use a much longer strip. But other than that, it's exactly the same.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
There we go. And then a binding all the way around the edge, and your quilt is done.
Yes. Yes. This makes me so happy. £9.95 for your rose, £9.95 for your iris. Producer Paul, are lovely viewers buying the iris and the pink together? Or is there a favourite? Favourite is the rose. Okay. But lots of multi-buyers on both. Yeah. Good on you. Good on you.
Not surprising.
Let me show you the iris again, because if you've got a favourite of the rose, it's only fair that we show you the other one as well, so that you can, you know.
We could make it their favourite.
Yeah, force you to have your favourite. No, look, do you know what? If you like, I like the cooler shades in here. Very pretty. Really lovely. And I think, as we've shown, the two together work beautifully. Because then you've got the cooler shades, but then you've got the warmth of the rose if you buy the two bundles. But please check out your basket.
Shall I grab the quilt in those to show it made up?
Oh, do you know what? That's a good idea. Yeah, I'm going to pop that down there.
Okay.
And I'm going to run and grab it. That's a very good idea. Yep. Because I'm just grabbing this. Because look, you see, actually, then if you hold up the pink.
If I put the pink on, oops, same way on there.
No. Oh, let's put the pink in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're buying the pink and the iris, that's what it can end up looking like. I like.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, the rose and the iris. That's really pretty. I like that. Yeah. We've only got 20 seconds left on the show. Seriously.
Oh my goodness. Where did that hour go?
I don't know. We've had so much fun. Please do check out your baskets. If you're after rewind. Try that again. If you're after either of the fat quarter bundles, is what I'm trying to say, then thank you ever so much. Do grab those, check out those baskets. Joy, it's been a joy. Thank you ever so much.
Fabulous.
Go home and not eat chocolate.
Okay.
Quilt.
And I'll be back next Sunday.
Fabulous. We will see you then. See you in a minute.
Follow us on Instagram. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to get our latest posts.
For this tutorial we're going to be doing something called a tacking stitch. Now it's very, very similar, in fact it's the same as a running stitch, but this time it's going to be a lot bigger, so you can remove the stitches later because it's a temporary stitch. So again, using my embroidery thread, and I have put a knot on the very end, but this time instead of going through the back we're going to go through the front. So if I go through the fabric first, so this time you can see that I'm making these stitches a lot bigger, because this is just a temporary stitch that I want to be able to remove a lot easier. So if I just do another couple of stitches for you. So what you'll be able to do when you get at home and you want to remove the stitches, you should just be able to pull those out nice and easily.
Join us on Wednesday the 19th of April when Molly Makes takes over Sewing Quarter. Molly Makes is a lifestyle and craft magazine for those who live creatively. Each magazine is packed with the best of handmade craft from around the world, and they will be invading Sewing Quarter with special guests, inspiring projects and super offers. So join us on Wednesday the 19th of April for Molly Makes Takeover Day, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
Join us for our second Facebook Live event with Lucy Brennan on the 20th of April at 12:30 p.m. Lucy Brennan comes from a family of quilters and started making and selling scrunchies to her schoolmates at just 6 years old. Lucy is super busy as she now runs a blog as well as teaching sewing and quilting classes and bringing her passion to us at Sewing Quarter with wonderful projects and inspirational techniques. So, join the conversation by logging on to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Sewing Quarter and put your questions live to Lucy on Thursday, the 20th of April at 12:30 p.m.
Caught in the act. I was just seeing if there was anything actually in the box. Happy Easter to you. Now, from all of us here at the Sewing Quarter, we'd love you to have a lovely Easter day. Now, we have got a competition running over the long Easter weekend. What's that you say? A 4-day weekend and you can eat chocolate. Yes. Here we go. This is a hint as to what our prize draw is. So you will, if you buy anything over the Easter weekend, so anything from Friday through to Monday, go into our free prize draw. And 4 lucky winners will get over £25 worth of mystery fabric. It will arrive in a lovely box like this, possibly without the pink bow, I don't know. But T's and C's all on the website, so do take a look at that. But if you purchase, you don't have to do anything other than purchase something, which is not really a hardship, is it? And then, you know, off you go. You'll go into the prize draw. So you might just get a lovely message on Tuesday saying, "Ha ha, you're a winner." It might not say "ha ha." I sound like Alan Partridge, don't I? Aha, you're a winner. Now, talking of being a winner, here's the thing, okay? I now know how many of you have just bought a whole load of fat quarters, and it's a lot of you. So you're going to have to put them in something, aren't you? So we've brought out our fat quarter bags for you. Now, we say fat quarter bags. They're storage bags, but what we love about them is the number of fat quarters. I think we managed to get over 50 fat quarters in one of these bags once. Yeah, as in 50. We did. So we've got 3 different options for you. I'm going to start with the grey. Now this has been the most popular before. You have to, they're a bit squashed. They've just come out of their packaging. The beauty of this is, yeah, they do squash down. If you're not using them, they do squash down. The beauty of these, let me take the owls out. For under £9, you've got storage. You've got a lot of storage. Now, whether your storage happens to be under the bed or wherever it is, they're going to fit under low beds as well. Obviously not like your divan. That's not going to work. Might fit in the drawers though. But you can see when you're not using them, they squidge down. This is the joy of them. You've got on either side a pocket. So if you've got scissors or anything that you want to pop in there, pop them in there. But they each come with 2 removable strips. So however you wish to arrange your fabric, if you've got, I don't know, fabric that you want to pop in the middle there, then you might want to do the Velcro so that it goes that way. Or maybe you want to have it so that it goes that way. So you can basically adjust, or don't put them in at all. It's all up to you. So pop your fat quarters in. You're going to be able to see exactly what's in there. None of that having to open up box after box after box or rummage through because you're not sure where you last had it. Shall we do the fat quarters challenge to see how many we can fit in again? I'm going to take that as a yes. Yes. So, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. So that's 12 fat quarters already in there. And I'll take it. Have we got any in there? Can I take them out of here, out of these? Yeah. Now, last time we brought this to air, we found the grey spots was incredibly popular. It's fashionable. It's well, it's, you know, it's on trend, isn't it? It's absolutely on trend, and that's what we love about this. I might just take those out for now and see how many I can just pop in. You don't have to have the dividers in. Let's pop those in that way. In there, in there. So this is another 12 going in there. So that's 24 fat quarters in there. 24 fat quarters, and there's still ample room. I might run out of fat quarters actually before I run out of space. Producer Paul, are all these fat quarters going on the show today? Because otherwise I feel like I'm teasing a little bit. And all the bags as well. 1, 2, 3, another 6 going in there. Lovely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 6. So hang on, what's that? 24, 30, 36. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I did get 50 in here last time. Oh, you see, look, I doubled up. That's how I did it. Ha-ha! Yes. Right, I've now run out of fat quarters over here. I'm going to have to go over there. Come with me. Hello. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 42, add on another 6, 48, yes, 48, another 6 going in there, 48, if I put those on top, there you go. I'm going to put them that way, that's 54, and I've still got plenty of space in there. Where did those fat quarters go from earlier? You could fit those rose ones in there. Treat. So, whilst I'm there, should I go through everything I've put in? Would that make more sense? Well, let's have a look at the owls. Hey, look, the owls are always so popular. Here we go. I haven't seen this colourway of owls. These are beautiful. What a fun fabric. These are actually called owl. Look at these. Lovely Amy, our new presenter, she brought these to air first time. Ow, I love them. 6 fat quarters. What a fun colour. So you get 2 fat quarters of the actual pattern of the owls. But here's the thing, sometimes it's a bit tricky to find the exact colours to match. You know, they're very bright, vibrant colours in here. It's not always going to be easy to find that exact colour. That's why your fat quarter bundle is such a joy, because look, there's your yellow, bing, there's your green with a lovely leaf, or is it a leaf or a feather print? Ah, look at that, don't know, it's unbelievable. So you get your 2 patterns, and then you get those 4 different coloured fat quarters, which work so beautifully together. If you've got grandkids, they're going to love this. Absolutely. Well, actually, I love it, and I'm not. Oh, I am somebody's grandchild. There you go. That works. The colours are brilliant, aren't they? Absolutely brilliant. So you've got that natural colour, that natural tone behind, but then you've got that vivid print on there, which is brilliant. And then, of course, you get those colours. It's a lovely texture, actually. I wouldn't be surprised. Is there linen in this one? I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me. It's got that sort of feel to it, but don't quote me on it. But it's, look at that, brilliant. Lots of fun. Fun in a fun fat quarter bundle here for $14.95. SHGQ07. Now, we've got more owls. I did put the owls in the bundle, yeah. Oh, look at this. It's all been beautifully set out for me. I'll just destroy that for a moment. Here we go. Oh, these are the hoots. Now, oh, do you know what? You've just reminded me. Somebody asked me, was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know, the days just merge. Well, no, they Facebook messaged me, Producer Paul, so it could well have been yesterday, to say, when did we have the caravan show on, when we made the caravans out of the owls? And I can't remember, so I will have to go back and have a look on the master schedule for you. Do you remember that one, Producer Paul? Is there any way, could you find that? Ah, there we go. Producer Paul will find out for you. But the owls, yeah, we had the owls on, and the caravan that we've got over there. That's what's just reminded me. The caravan's on the show, but we had a whole show on how to caravan, and I believe it was Joe Carter that made the caravan. But again, you get 2 of the owl fabrics or hoots. Here we go. So look, they've got their little tree that they're all standing on. That's fab, isn't it? And then, here we go. You've got, and now you see, because these are, again, quite dusky tones coming through here. So you've got the contrast. The other owls are really bright and vibrant, but these are more muted. I'd like to say hooted tones with this. $14.95 PXGQ37. Nothing. Not a titter from the floor. Nothing. That's fine. So you've got your mustard, you've got your teals, you've got your dusky pink, and you've got your, what was the other one? Lime. Wine. I was going to say there's no lime in there. Wine. Oh yeah, wine. Sounds like I've been on the wine, doesn't it? Struggling to hear what you're saying. Here we go. So that is your hoot 6-piece fat quarter bundle. It's a hoot. $14.95 PXGQ37. Now, of course, they're all coming out of the bag. The bag that I managed to fit in over 50 fat quarters in here. It's see-through, so you can see what fat quarters you've got in there. And I think, actually, that's your grey. I'll show you the other colours that we've got for you as well, because I don't know what colour your sewing room is, what your preference is. Let's have a look at the other colours that we've got for you. We've got a pink and a blue. Oh, it's one of those days. Please, is it for the grey spot? We've only got a couple of the grey spot left. We do have 2 other options, but if you've got your heart set on this grey spot, please check out your basket. It's just one of those mornings today. You know, everyone's off work, everyone's watching. And so $8.95. If you're after the grey, please grab it. Do check out that basket. Let's have a look at which colour next. The blue floral. Excuse me, that cough's still lingering. Here we are. Here's our blue floral. So again, exactly the same size. All these bags, exactly the same size. Same price, it's just down to colour preference. All working in exactly the same way. But here you go. You've got that very pretty floral on the back there. So maybe, you know, blues are in your workroom, pinks, florals, not going to look out of place, then this is maybe the one for you. And again, in each of these bags, you will always have the pockets either side, there. Pockets either side, there and there. And then your dividers, which are on little removable Velcro bits. And you see, it's really well thought through because this is this is your loop, part of your hook and loop. So this is, you know, even if you take out your dividers, that's not going to catch on your fabric. It's the dividers that have got the hook bits. So that's why they've just been nicely well thought out. And for under £9, you can't go wrong. Great way to store all of your fabric. YZGQ 98. Now they will come when they're posted all squashed down with the dividers out, but you can see they very easily just plump out again, and then you'll be able to see everything that you've got in there. Oh look, I've got another zip going around there. Oh, that's nice. Awesome. And then off you go. Maybe you're going off to a workshop. So you could pop all your fabric. You could put fabric in one, couldn't you? And then you could put scissors, thread in another, and then you know exactly where everything is. Yes, £8.95. That's for your blue. Do you want to see your pink? Yay, let's go pink. So this is just about what colours you fancy, what you like. We've shown blue fabric, we've shown pink fabric in the last hour. Now maybe get your matching bags. This is lovely if you're a patchworker, because look, you've got that patchwork back on there. So perfect for your patchworker. It's all bound all the way around the edge. You've got webbed. We've had these in store, so they've all been a bit squashed, but they soon bounce back. So as soon as you get yours, as soon as you get these, just there you go. Squidge them out, fill them full. By the time they're full of your fat quarters, you're not going to notice a thing. £8.95, because they will be so full. We've just managed to fit over, was it 54? 54 fat quarters with space. It's not bad, is it? £8.95, KNGQ 57. So if you can say, we're not going to judge, you know, if you've got over 50 fat quarters, you know, la, 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 that happens, and you need somewhere to discreetly put them, job done. For under £9, it's great storage. If you are investing in your crafty sewing stash, then this is a great way to keep it clean, keep it out of the way. Maybe you want to get a couple and you want to do get a pink one and keep all your pink fat quarters in there. Get a blue one, keep all your blue fat quarters in there, and do them by colour. It's another way of doing it, isn't it? Grey's sold out. Well done if you managed to get the grey. So it's blue or pink now. Blue or pink are your options. All at the same price, all the same capacity, all with that lovely see-through top there so that you can see exactly what you've got in there when you're storing your fat quarters. So £8.95. KNGQ 57. Pink or blue? Pink or blue? Oh, the blue's down the bottom. Details down there. YZGQ 98. Hey, it's all about the fat quarters. Oh, this is the, you know, we were talking about caravan. This is the caravan that I was talking about. Yeah. Should I take these with me? Ba, 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 ba. Now, gosh, we've got a lot. Okay, now, let's keep the owls out the way. Ooh, move that out of the way. Clearing space. Now, this is your Notions fat quarter bundle here. I'm going with this one because I've got the caravan here. Contemporary Notions. This, again, 100% cotton from the same company that bought you Hoot. and other such exciting fat quarter bundles that we love. So it's working on the same premise. So a few of you messaged in actually about this earlier, and this is the joy of it, you see, because, oh, there it is, there's that aubergine. Haha. Here's how they work. You get, excuse me, you're going to get under here. This is your notions. So you're going to get this twice. So this is your other one. So in your notions kit, you've got scissors, knitting needles, you've got your knitting, you've got your tape measure, you've got buttons, thread, perfect for anyone that loves to sew. So all those, you can make your own storage, you can make your own little knickknacks, pin cushions, anything out of the notions. You get 2 fat quarters. So that basically is half a metre, just chopped in half, of the notions. Now to go with it, maybe to act as a lining, you can see here on our caravan, you can see that the dark blue was used to bind, and the light blue, was used to line. And then you see you've got the door there, and you see all of these colours, and then you've even got some flowers there. So it's all of that working an absolute treat, all made out of this fat quarter bundle. So we have messages about this one, Producer Paul. Oh, there we go. That's why we bought it for you, because so many of you after it. Oh, it wasn't even scheduled to be in the hour. Oh, well, there you go. You ask and we will try if we ever can to do it for you. $12.95 for your So Easy Contemporary Notions Fat Quarter Bundle. $12.95. BOGQ25. It's 4 letters, isn't it? And then 2 numbers. That's how it works. Right, let's get rid of that. Next. Oh, can I find these? The rose kit. Now, what's this called? Let me see if it's got a name on it for you. Rose bouquet. Could it be this? Out of the, see, look, we made purses out of it. Is it that one? We've got so many with roses in. Let's have a look. You've got polka dots in there. You've got quite modern roses. Sorry, we've got quite a lot of roses. We've got to mix and match them with the right name. This is the rose bouquet. Here we go. Can we find it? Is it in there? Yay, we've got it. Poor old Producer Paul, he's got like the smallest image of these and he's got to mix and match them and get them together. So, and he said, oh, hang on, let me have a look in these purses because we've had these. Oh, look. Nice. Now, this is the thing, isn't it? This is where your fat quarter is perfect for little items like this. So if I can just show you, you've got that beautiful rose bouquet, and then ding, 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 open it up. Yes, ding. And of course it picks out the colours. So LYGQ30 is your rose bouquet fat quarter bundle by So Easy. Oh, there they go. Look at that. Yay. Beautiful. Awesome. $14.95 LYGQ30. Beautiful. Oh, so yeah. Wouldn't it look lovely in your pink bag? There we go. I need a new bag because we've sold out of the grey. I need a new bag for my fat quarter challenge. I'm going pink. Sorry about this, guys. I'll just leave you with an empty screen. Here we go. So the pink bag, let me transfer. As I do these, then I'll know. I'm going to get rid of the grey because that's gone, and I don't want to tease you with it once it's gone because that's just not fair. So we managed to get 54 fat quarters in our fat quarter bag. Now, are all of these fat quarters on the show? Shall I just put them in here once we've done them? There we go. There's your rose bouquet going in there. Shall I put the owls back in? Oh, I like the owls. I want to look at the owls. Everybody loves the owls. Yeah. Did you want the details for the bag again? If you've missed it, here it is, under £9, £8.95 to get yourself a fat quarter bag with your your hook and loop fastenings. Joe's messaged in. Hello, Joe. She's done what, sorry? Oh no, ill in bed. That's no fun. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, we'll show you lots of fat quarters. Look, this is the rose bouquet. It's as if we're giving you a rose bouquet to make you feel better. There you go. It's sort of the televisual equivalent. I hope you feel better soon. See, and then you've got your little fat quarter bundles in there. Oop. And you're going to be able to see everything that's in it. Ah. You know, Producer Paul, you know the rose and the iris that we had from the earlier show? If my memory serves me right, the way they're folded, they stack in sideways. That's a beautiful thing. Do you think Amy might be able to grab those so that I can flesh out my bag? Go on. Go on. Now, what next? Oh, I know what you love. I know. Let's move those sewing notions over. This one. If you ever wanted a bargain, I think this is about, I'm going to stick my neck out here and say this is about £10.95 for 6, I think, maybe. So this is your rose and dot. Is this £14.95, this one? Are you sure? Your rose and dot? Your rose and spot? Have you found it? It's having a good rummage through. We've got so many. Let me show you all the different colours. Basically, oh, it's £14.95, apologies, but look what you're getting. Yeah, so here we go. This coming in here. Look at that. Look at these colours. Oh, yeah. So you've got £14.95 gets you all of those. This is your rose and dot. Sorry, I went a bit quiet there, displaying that prettily. I get you my own little world there. But how pretty are those? So all of those different versions, very pretty. £14.95. That's your rose and dots fat quarter bundle. Yes. Oh. Go well with a floral bag, wouldn't it? Oh, no. Okay, so apparently some of you wanted to see this in a little bit more detail. There I was, displaying it beautifully. That's okay. So you've got your tealy one there. And then your pink, bright blue. Sort of a mauvey colour. And then, whoa, bright pink. And then your cream in there. There we are. £14.95 for all of that. Now you see, this is where I'd have to get, I think, I'd have to get a plain so that I could have a lining for these. And then, I don't know, you see, something like the purses would look really nice done out like this, wouldn't they? So many different options when you get something like this. But £14.95, grab it. Grab it, grab it. There you go. Lovely. Beautiful. Okay, which next? Oh, I've got ditsies. Where to start with? Oh yeah, I've got quite a few ditsies, haven't I, to go through. Ditsy butterfly, this one. The Ditsy butterfly, is that the ones with the Ditsy butterflies and the polka dots? Yes, there you go. It's got a very light blue, like that. So poor producer Paulie's had a bit of a technical situation up there. So I think this is the one, your Ditsy butterfly. So you've got your polka dots, which then match your Ditsy pot. Yeah, let me just get that tab out of the way. Can you see you've got on here your little butterflies? This is We had to rename this show because someone missed the rhyming opportunity. This is Build Your Stash with Natasha. So we had to change it to Build Your Stash with Tash, and that's what this hour is. So you've got your butterflies in here, pretty butterflies, there's another one there, with your ditzy print, and then you've got, boom, a polka dot. Hey, 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 if you were going to get the Rosen dot that we've just shown you, that polka dot would go well with that as well, wouldn't it? Ooh, yeah. And then again, so you're going to get a butterfly ditzy, and then a dot, and a butterfly ditzy. Oh, that's nice with the purple and the yellow, I like that. And then a spot. $14.95 SEGQ37. Hey, Lorraine, give us a call. 0800 112 4433. She's trying to order something online, and computer gremlins, nasty computer gremlins. Give us a call. It's free to call. It's always free to call. And I must stress that if ever, don't end up with IT rage on Easter Sunday. Just give us a call. 0800 112 4433. It's free to call, even if there is a slight queue on the line when we get really busy. You're not being charged for your call, so do make the most of that free phone number. Next is, oh no, I should put that in there, then I know I've done them. Autumn Blossom. No idea which one's that one. Now, why don't they put names on these things? Oh, let's do Berry Floral. I know this one. Here we go. So, ooh, check out that colour. Hee hee. Now, within this fat quarter bundle, you're going to get 2 of the florals. It's like your Notions ones where you get 2 of the printed, and then you get your 4 complementary. So 6 fat quarters in total. But because some of these are slightly more unusual colours that have been printed, then you're going to get the absolute colours that match it to perfection. Yeah. Lovely. So $14.95 for your Berry Floral fat quarters. So we're bringing you all the fat quarters. So depending on what project you've got, what books maybe you've just bought from us, what's really talking to you at the moment, or whether you just want it to have in your stash, so that when you're making a gift or something, or someone says, hey, you know what, it's my birthday, you can make them a quick bag, or actually these make a lovely gift. WPGQ26, $14.95 for your Berry 4 fat quarter bundle. Nice. In the bag it goes. Next, oh, now I've got 2 different colours here. I've got one that has sort of mauvey spots. There you go, that one, Producer Paul, that's what you're looking for. That one with the... And you've got then your mauvey spots. What do you think? Can you find that? It's a whatty dot. Floral dot, could be a floral dot. Yeah, let's say that. Floral dot. The other one's got dots. Oh, no, hang on, this is your cottage floral. Yeah, there we go, floral dots. There we are. So, quintessentially English country garden type here with your very pretty spots and then your very pretty florals in there. So again, you've got 2 of the roses, and then you've also got 2 of that one. So you get 2 of each of the 3 designs. Yeah, 2 spots and 2 different florals. So 6 in total in that fat quarter. $14.95. Yeah, pop it in the baskets. Oh, in the bag. In it goes. So which means this one, is this, yeah, Autumn Blossom. So this, oh, okay, you've got your more manly tones in this one. So you've got your navy in there. So for each one, you get a spot and a corresponding ditzy floral. All 100% cotton. There we go, there's your grey. I love that. But you see, you can mix and match them as well, which is the absolute joy. And then you get that burgundy wine. Can you just see how those work? beautifully together. But there's no reason why you couldn't put that burgundy with the navy. The whole pack just works beautifully together. So 3 spots, 3 florals in 3 different colourways. All good. $14.95 XEGQ 56. Nice. Now we put them all in the pink bag. However, the blue is the most popular. Oh, let's have the details. Oh, there we go. Let's have the details for the pink. They're all, well, I say all, we've sold out of the grey. Both the blue and the pink in terms of storage bags are $8.95. Now, we're saying fat quarter storage, but there's no reason why you couldn't keep your yarns in there, all sorts, because look, basically, it's a bag with a top-loading front, if you will. And then, but it's got that clear see-through top, so that when you open it, you can see everything that's in there. Pocket either side. And then you've got your dividers, depending on where you wish to put them. You can take them out completely, of course, if you want. You know, if you've taken your fat quarters out and ironed them, and they're no longer that small, then you can stack them in like that. It's entirely up to you. But for storage, and that's going to fit. Oh, hang on. We put 54 in and still had room. That's a lot. 54 fat quarters, and that's when they're packaged as well. So actually, when they're more malleable, there you go. So that's your patchwork on the back. Yay! Oh, the blue one. Shall I wander over to the blue? Come on, let's have a wander over here. This is so pretty. This is most popular at the moment. I think it's because of this. How pretty. $8.95 for your storage bag. It works with all the floral fat quarters, doesn't it? Works an absolute treat. YZGQ98, $8.95, and we managed to fit in over 54 with room to spare. 54 fat quarters with room to spare in one of these bags. $8.95, YZGQ98. Let's face it, we don't all have dedicated sewing rooms, so if storage is of a premium, pop your fat quarters in here, and then you can see, you're going to save yourself time because you're going to be able to see exactly what's in there rather than having them put in boxes and having to rifle through. You'll be able to see. Maybe you want to get your fat quarters and roll them, and then you could line them up rolled, and then you would see everything. Nice. $8.95, YZGQ98. Maybe keep blues in the blues, pinks in the pinks, and divide them up that way. Entirely up to you. Just make sure that you don't miss out on this incredible deal. $8.95. YZGQ98. Yeah. Very nice. Oh, owls are popular. Whoop. Ah, these are our hoots. Hoots, hoots, hoots. Love a good hoot. They are $14.95. Right. $14.95 for the owls there. Very, very popular again this hour. PXGQ37. Please check out your baskets. We are so busy this morning. And thank you, by the way. Thank you for shopping with us. If you are shopping with us today or any time over the Easter Bank Holiday weekend, of course, you will enter our prize draw to win. Well, 4 lucky winners will get over £25 worth of mystery fabric. Ooh. Now, let's have a look. That was your notions. Done that. Woohoo! Let's get our rotary cutters out. We've got options. Which one? Big, little? It's like the Goldilocks. I've got 18 mil. That's this one, isn't it? This tiddly widdly, tiddly tiny one. If you are doing precision cutting, tiddly tiny cutting, like tiddly tiny. Maybe you do English paper piecing and you're working with very small pieces of material. This is the one for you. So just pull back. That engages the blade. And then whoosh, away from you. And then as soon as you're done, just push down there. Can you see? Whip, whoop, whip, whoop. Easy, really easy to use. You've got a grip on there. You've got a grip top and bottom. Now what that means, having it a grip top and bottom, means, oh yes, left-handed, right-handed, doesn't matter. These are ambidextrous rotary cutters from Clover, from a name and brand that you love and trust. $9.95 for your 18mm SWGQ 56. Now, this is your 28mm, so a little bit bigger. We're thinking Goldilocks and the Three Bears in rotary cutter form. So that's your tiddly tiny 18, get rid of that one. This is your 28, did we say? So now you've got a soft grip on this one. So you've got a soft grip through there, soft grip through there, and on the top there, which means you can rotary cut right or left-handed with these. Doesn't matter which, right or left-handed. Again, a lovely, obvious button to just pull back, bing, and that exposes the blade. So always cover it up when you're not using it. So there you go. All of our designers, you know, it's hard for them, you know, because often this won't be the rotary cutter that they have at home, or they're used to using a different one, you know, but they will always try and shut that rotary cutter down the minute that they stop using it. Very, very easy. And it's very intuitive with this one because it's there, you open, cut, and as you take your thumb off, just shuts it as you do it. $10.95. What great price, $10.95. HWGQ09. Next one up. Oh, it's the big one. 60mm. Look at this. That is a pizza cutter, isn't it? Look at that. It's like an industrial one. It's not a pizza cutter. It's not, no. Again, right or left-handed. You'll notice on all of them these, that's so you can change the blade really easily. Yes, so easy to use. There you go. Nice. And again, soft, easy grip through there. The darker green bits here and there are your grip, and also in there, so it's going to grip in the palm of your hand. That's where that's sitting, right in the palm of my hand. So it's very intuitive as to where to hold it, so that you've got the grip through there, on there, where my fingers fold round, it's on that grip as well, and the grip all through there in the palm of my hand. $24.95. This is the biggest of the big. 60. Have we bought this to wear, this 60mm one? Have we? Not on my watch, we haven't. Gosh, excellent. Good job. Ooh, I like that. So yes, grab whichever one of those. Now we're, if you weren't up early enough to see this, the photography in this is absolutely exquisite. Fits in with our fat quarter theme this hour. This is Bundle. This is basically a book about what to do quilt-wise with your fat quarter bundles. $15.95. The photography is exquisite. If you haven't booked your holiday yet this year, it's going to make you want to. Okay, that comes with a warning. But basically, it's just going to inspire you how to use. There you go. Oh, she needs one of our fat quarter bundle bags, doesn't she? Keeping all of those. So there we go. Look at this. Got these big rocks, and so you start here to get the inspiration. So this is a breakdown of how the blocks fit together. That's the finished project, and then there it is, looking fabulous on some location somewhere. Brilliant. Now, I think that all the photography was done in Tasmania, I believe. That's Australia and Tasmania, because the lady that wrote the book, she's Australian. She used to have her own fabric shop, I do believe, and now writes books. Yeah, she did. She used to run a fabric shop. Oh, look at these. Just go, where's my favourite one? So, great inspiration. If you are looking at your fat quarter stash going, not quite sure what to do. Do this. Oh, look at that. Or this is my favourite one. Do this. Yeah. And it breaks down, shows you exactly how easy, the sort of material to use, how to cut, and how to piece together. You see, when you see it broken down like that, it looks really achievable. I just love that. It's my favourite one in the whole book. Oh, yeah. And look at it on location. I need to go there. Look at that. Isn't that just stunning? Yeah, $15.95. It will give you holiday envy, if nothing else. Look at that sunset. Just exquisite. Oh, there's your raindrop one. Maybe that's if you're holidaying in Wales. There you go. Oh, that's pretty. That's my second favourite. Oh, Producer Paul. Can we close up on that picture? You know what colourways we've just had, don't you? The rose and the iris from the earlier shows. If you did that in solids, it's that, isn't it? You could make that. Easy peasy. Lovely. $15.95 HMSP 48. Would that fit in my bag as well? I don't know. Let me have a look. We want to, okay, so yeah, if you are off to maybe a workshop or something, because the divider's come out, by the way, I'm not just like ripping it. Let's see if that, so, oh yes, so, oh, look at that. So your book fits in, absolute treat. Then you can put your dividers back over the top, should you wish. Then you can, so then when you get to your workshop, you can take everything out anyway. Then you can put your fat quarters in there. And then you've got rotary cutters down the side. If you want to put them in there. Obviously be careful with your blades, but you've got them shut off, so that's fine. You've got to transport them somehow. And then, oh, threads. You can pop your threads in there. Oh, did you, we haven't seen, hang on, we haven't seen these threads. Whoa, talking of threads. Ideal for patchwork, 100% cotton here. A lot of you purists, if you're making a 100% cotton quilt, then you want to use cotton thread as well. This is 500 meters of each of these cottons. Aren't they a gorgeous smorgasbord of threads there? So within here, you're getting white, mint, beige, baby blue, gold, navy, hot pink, mid-grey, red and black. They're from So Easy. They're ideal for patchwork. They're a slightly thicker cotton, so if you maybe want to make a, well, especially with these lovely colours, if you want to really make a focal point of your stitching, then this is a great way to go. It's a 50/3 twist and assorted colours, and so, you know, check out the website for them. But say you've got the owl fat quarters, then look, there's a colour. You can, there's that red. You can match that. There we go. Grab those. They are on the website. Okay. Ow, what are the owls? Ooh. I love the owls. I want to show these owls, the owls, owls. Yeah, the owls, if I may, Producer Paul. So, here's how these break down. 2 of your printed. Do you know what I would like to make out of this? And that's a lunchbox for Freddie. I'd like to send him off to school with one of these. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? And then when he opens it up, I could do, oh, yes! I could do him little compartments lined in different colours. That would be amazing. Or maybe a little pocket in there. That would make me so happy. Low on stock on this, so if you're after your owls, God, it's been a morning of that. I feel like I'm on repeat. Please do check out your baskets if you've got the owls. Oh, I will be actually later talking about repeats. Yes. At the end of well, at the end of this hour, we repeat again on the website, but it's also going to be on YouTube, so you can watch anytime you like. All of our shows go on there, so you can, just make a note of a day, or if there's something that you need to watch back. Maybe there's been, maybe you've got the Quilt-As-You-Go that we had on earlier, and you want to watch back how Joy did it. Just make a note of the day, and then you can catch up on your shows. Here we go. These are your owls. Looking lovely. 2 owls and 4 feather/leaf designs. I'm waiting for producer Paul to say unbelievable, because every time I say leaf, that's what he says. $14.95 SHGQ07. I'm going to carry on with my owl theme. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. Staying with the owls. Love these. This would be, for me, and these are called Hoot. Again, 2 owl printed patterns, fat quarters, and then all of your colours that go with it. These are not going to necessarily be easy colours to just go into a shop and find a matching one from, find a complementary one. So that's why I love that they come with it. And you're getting the exact tones, because it's all, look, see there? It's there, it's on his tummy there, that's, perfect, absolutely perfect. That's why your fat quarter bundle is an utter joy, quite frankly. $14.95 for 6 of these, PXGQ37. Get them home, get them in your stash. We are building your stash with Tash this hour. Yes, someone did come up with that as a name. Actually, no, technically they didn't. They said build your stash with Natasha, but we changed it. Yay! Contemporary Notions. The caravan of crafty love is here. Here we are. This was what set off the whole Notions thing. So we had a pattern with these on, and you can just see it's fun. If you want to just have some fun storage, then that's what this did. And whether you're making, you can see you're making your little flowers, whether you're using it to bind, whether you're using it to line, whether you're, however you're using it, you're getting 6 fat quarters. So again, in the way that the layout seems to be with these, 2 of your printed, and there are your sewing notions there, and then you get 1 each of the colours that just really emphasise, they'll take out, and actually you get a real different feel. So that's quite, so that gives you quite a different feel to, say, using the bright blue. It's really different, isn't it? So that you've got, quite a choice there. So that's the joy of colour matching, isn't it? This is where it just really works. Maybe you want to quilt yourself a little sewing machine cover. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. What would I make out of this? I would make a box to put all my offcuts in. I'd make a fabric scrap bag. Yeah, that's what I'd do. Oh no, I know what I'd do. And I would also make an equipment roll. Yeah. So like how you have your, I don't know, I'm saying this to producer Paul, like you have your makeup brushes where it opens out and then you tuck them in. Obviously he doesn't have makeup brushes, and then you just roll it up. I'd make an equipment roll with this. That's what I'd do. Yes, with all your beard combs. You could do it for your beard care items, producer Paul. There you go. Yes. Perfect. $12.95. BOGQ 25. Cameraman Mike, what would you make? Pillowcases? Why not? Patchwork pillowcase. Yeah, why not? Patchwork pillowcase. What? Oh! Quilting gloves. Because we've had our hours of quilting. Now, quilting gloves. I wasn't sure why you needed quilting gloves, but Angela Atwood wears them every time and she absolutely swears by them. You can machine on a cold wash, you can tumble dry them, don't iron them and don't bleach them. But they're great for quilting, sewing, scrapbooking, crafting and hobby works. They keep your hands and your quilts clean. Yes, and also you get a better grip with your quilt. And the extra grip helps when you're handling your pins and needles, so you can do that safely and easily. And it also apparently says helps reduce hand fatigue. They're breathable, soft fabric, helping keeping those hands dry and cool. Yeah. Excellent. Julie, thank you for your message. Happy Easter. We will look into your questions. This is a large size. They do come in different sizes. Oh, yes. Yes. I'm getting these out of the way. I love this. But you know what? Thank you for joining us. Happy Easter. I feel, very privileged that you've all joined us today for Easter. How many of you go on workshops, on retreats, things like that? Your cutting mat, which if you're going on a quilting retreat, you're going to have to take with you, very unwieldy until now. Oh yes, it folds in half. So you get A3 for the side, no, A2 instead of A3. Is that the right way around? I don't know, look, it's big, okay? And then it's not. So double-sided. And so there you go, brilliant. Now, keep flat, don't roll. This is brilliant. So you've got 17 inches that way, you've got 23 inches along there. Look at this, we need to have this out all the time. You've got your centimetres for your conversion all the way along there and up there. And you've got your 45 degree and your 60 and 30 degree lines. This is great. And then actually, and it's self-healing as well. And do you know what else? This will fit if you've got one of those big sewing machine bags in the pocket on the side. Boom, done. Come with me. This is the most popular bag now. Grey's gone. This is the most popular bag. We've got this in blue or pink, but you're going for the blue. Blue is what? Was it a race? Apparently it is. You're going for the blue by your droves. So please do check out your basket. That's why you're going for the blue. Look at that. How pretty is that? There's a blue thing today, isn't there? Because actually the Iris blue bundle that we had, in fact, of course, in the earlier hour, that was the most popular as well. Was it? I thought it was pink. Oh no, oh, the blue took over. Hey, loving the blue today. So $8.95, YZGQ98. We have managed to put 54 fat quarters. I'm going to be honest, you could have fit more in, but we ran out of fat quarters. I know, you wouldn't think it, would it? But we've put 54 and we still had room for more. So maybe that's room for your ruler. Obviously, that's not 54 bundles of fat quarters. That's 54 actual fat quarters in here, live, on air, before your very eyes. So if storage is an issue for you, grab one of these. If that's going to fit over 54 fat quarters in, that's a great tidy up option. And then, do you know what? Even if you've got a very low bed, store it under the bed. It's got little handles, you can pull it back out again. Or if you just want to have it on the shelves, when they're full, you can always have them that way on your bookshelves, or you can stack them that way. A very effective way to store all of your fat quarters, and at just $8.95 for under under £9, let alone under £10, under £9, you can be getting this. Awesome, great gift as well. Now we spoke about the iris and the rose. Hang on, going back over here. God, they're making me walk today, aren't they? I haven't even eaten an Easter egg yet for you to, This is your iris here. And You know what I was saying earlier about we managed to stack them in here. Again, under £10, and you're getting 8 for under £10. So smidge over. Please check out your basket if that's in your basket. Otherwise, I can't guarantee you get it. You know what I was saying earlier about you could stack them on their side when they come like this? So this is what I meant, look. Don't they look lovely in there? That's, excuse me. That's your iris there. Beautiful, £9.95. And then if you want to get your rose, there they are. Hey, don't they look nice in that bag? That's your rose fat quarter bundle. There you go. Rose graphics coming in. £9.95 for 8 fat quarters in there. Check out your baskets to guarantee it though. But hey, don't they look awesome in the bag? Now tomorrow is Bank Holiday Monday. Oh, it's Bank Holiday Makes. John's Fabric Fiesta Part 1. At 9 o'clock, Taylor's Tool Time. And at 10 o'clock, John's Fabric Fiesta Part 2. And at 11 o'clock, we're sewing with Janice. Lovely Janice is back in at 11 o'clock tomorrow. So lots and lots to stay tuned for tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful Easter. Thank you ever so much for joining us. And for all your messages, I hope you have a wonderful Easter. I will see you in 2 days' time. Bye-bye.
Follow us on Instagram. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to get our latest posts.
For this tutorial we're going to be doing something called a tacking stitch. Now it's very, very similar, in fact it's the same as a running stitch, but this time it's going to be a lot bigger, so you can remove the stitches later because it's a temporary stitch. So again, using my embroidery thread, and I have put a knot on the very end, but this time instead of going through the back, we're going to go through the front. So if I go through the fabric first, so this time you can see that I'm making these stitches a lot bigger, because this is just a temporary stitch that I want to be able to remove a lot easier. If I just do another couple of stitches for you. So what you'll be able to do when you get at home and you want to remove the stitches, you should just be able to pull those out nice and easily.